So today's a bit of a different stream today. We don't normally go into depth about this stuff. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. So we are now going to be talking about mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Week this week. And if you are you are part of the community for a while, you know this community, we are very much about mental health and speaking about it and being open about these things, good and bad. And today we're doing a charity stream for Samaritans, which is the bar just here. And we're just going to be talking about my struggles with mental health, how I dealt with it. I'm still dealing with it. You never stop dealing with fucking mental health. But just opening the dialogue to talk about mental health. And obviously with that, there will probably be trigger warnings because there will be talks about depression, anxiety, suicide, and all that stuff. So if anything is triggering or anything you don't want to deal with, you are more than welcome to lurk, step back for a little bit. If you want to help, you can donate. But at the same time, if you want to help, you can share socials, you can spread the word, or just listen in the background. And also, if you are wanting to, you can join the discussions in the chat. So if you want to talk about your own struggles and what you've been dealing with, feel free. I will say, if you do want to share what you're talking about, what your mental health struggles and concerns and stuff in the chat, please feel free to, but maybe wait until I've sort of finished my speaking. The only reason why, if everyone starts sharing their stuff while I'm chatting, I will probably lose track of what's going on, and then it will go back and forth and stuff. So if you do want to share your journey with mental health, or how you've dealt with it, or how you're not dealing with it, because a lot of people aren't dealing with it properly, you can save like that sort of thing, sort of when I've done my spiel, if that makes sense. So I just don't want to miss anyone's messages, you know. Togan from YouTube, for real though, all jokes aside, you have helped me through so much. And I know I've said that before, but I just want to say again because it means so much. You can keep saying it. It makes my head so much bigger. Togan, you're very welcome. And that's the thing is, right, with my students, and again, if you're new to the channel, you won't know, but obviously community members will know, I've always been a big advocate for mental health because I've struggled with it a lot. I went through many, many years of not dealing with it and basically ignoring it until it got to a point where it almost came to a point where it felt like too much. So I've started streaming, feel less alone in the world over 3.5 years ago, mainly because of COVID, because of lockdown, so nothing else to do. But I just want to have a platform. Again, I'm not a professional. I'm just talking about my experiences and what I dealt with it and what's worked for me and anything else. And I think if nothing else, hopefully someone here will go, oh shit, it sounds like I'm going through the same sort of thing. And knowing that there are help out there if you want it, you know, help is there. If you want it, all I will say is, well, no, I won't say it will be okay because I don't like to say that because I don't like toxic positivity. I don't like phrases like, oh, it will be fine. You don't know that. I know you mean well. Thank you, friend. I know you mean well, but I rather go, you know what? I don't know what it's going to be like tomorrow, but I hope it does get better. But just know, some days it won't be better. Some days it'll probably get worse, you know? And I'm not trying to be a downer, but I think that's just being realistic in the world that we are in, and just knowing that actually it is okay, as cliche as it is, to not be okay. It is okay to have these thoughts. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to not feel like you want to not do anything one day. You know, the amount of times I've woken up, oh, you know, the day before, God, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go for a run. I'm gonna quit smoking. I'm gonna quit drinking. I'm gonna, you know all those like goals you put in yourself, especially like New Year's Day and stuff. And then you wake up and you feel like absolute shit, and you feel worse because you're like, oh, I promised I would do this, and now I don't feel like I want to do it. And you like, then you make yourself feel worse, and you get to a spiral, you know. And I'm just here to tell you, it's okay to feel like shit if you don't get something done. Don't make yourself feel worse about it. I know it's harder, easier said than done, but you already feel shit about it anyway. Just use that day and go, you know what? Today wasn't my day. And if you're able to, then try to enjoy the things that you can do, you know? I know it is easier said than done because people work, day jobs, life, school, all that stuff. Audio, I lied. My laptop has 17 tabs, but only one of them was mine. Captain fell by all during vacation. I like that. Glitch, gonna go like for a bit because coincidentally I have my telehealth call with my therapist. Hope it goes well. Glitch. But like I said, what? Sorry, I just got a message. I got a message from on one of my YouTube videos. Do you still need one? Eh? no idea. I need to look at my phone. But yeah, that's it. So I'm going to talk about myself a little bit because I'm vain and I'm a streamer and I need to make this about myself. Someone replied to my C Smash VRS review video, the Pong one. Do you still need one? Do you still need one what? So I need to look into this. Do I still need one what? What do I need? I don't need the game. I reviewed the game. I don't need the game. Do I? Unless that must be replied to someone else. That must be a reply to someone else. Hang on. I need to look into this. Hang on. Yeah, but I don't need a code. I've got the game. Do you still? Oh, someone they've replied to someone else. Okay. Someone asked, is there like a discount link? And someone's okay, that's fine. That's not to me. I was like, I have the game. I reviewed it. Maybe you mentioned something you needed. No, it wasn't. It was a reply to someone else, but it said it replied to me. I was like, all right, I'm good. Thank you. I'm all right. Anyway. So I'm going to talk about me because this is all about me today. Anyway, it's joking. But yeah, so, I mean, how do you start? Did I prep? Of course I didn't fucking prep. I never prep for anything. I just literally just wing it. All my review videos, I literally just go to the mic and just start talking. And then I go, you know what, that's done. Who preps? Exactly. Who fucking preps? I literally can't. I like the idea of it. And I'm like, no, I'll just wing it and then just try to do my best. Although, what's quite funny, my Baladin's review earlier, I had to redo some of my audio. Not because of what I said. What I was saying was fine. I can edit my ums and my likes and my out easy. I'm used to doing that. There's a lot out there. But unfortunately, I had some audio playing in the background, which was completely not copyright safe. It was basically, I was listening to Spotify, but I didn't separate my audio when I was recording it. So it was actually having that in the background. And I didn't realize until like a minute in. So all my spiel for the first minute had that audio in the background. And I was like, I could try to edit it out or could re-record it. So I did. So try to see if you can notice. Anyway, yeah, don't prep. Prep. You should prep if you can, but brain be brains. But anyway, yeah, so my mental health journey started, I've always dealt with mental health. I think we've always dealt with mental health, but actually knowing that I had an issue or actually admitted to myself that I wasn't okay was about 4 years ago, I would say. About 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago? Wait, hang on. Time is a weird suit. Yeah, 4 years ago, sorry. 4 years ago. So... But also, this is a bit about how I started streaming as well. So I had a period for about 4 months where a lot happened. So I got out of a really bad relationship. What's wrong with my shirt? My shirt says, Pooh, sometimes it's all right not to be all right. It's a Samaritan's hoodie. And also, I've actually got my pin badge here as well, actually. My little pin badge. But yeah, so I'll talk about my start of my journey because streaming was also when I realized I wasn't okay and stuff. But there was a period of about 4 months or so where I lost someone very close to me, my dad, in February 2020. Also got out of a really bad relationship like a month before. And then like 2 weeks after that, or like a couple weeks after that, I put on furlough my job because if you don't know, around 2020 everyone went to lockdown and my day job is a picture editor and I mainly edit sport, so it sounds fun. It is what it is. It's a job. I appreciate it, that pays my bills. I don't like the job very much, but I guess it's better than retail. I've done retail, no thank you. But because everything was on lockdown, there was no sport, which means there was no job. Thankfully I was put in furlough so I didn't lose my job. But yeah, a lot happened. A lot happened in a very short space of time. And I was living in Nottingham at the time. I'm not there anymore. By the way, my accent is all over the fucking place. You can't tell where I'm from. I'm all over the place. I lived in Southampton. I've lived in London. Well, I sort of lived outskirts of London. I lived in Nottingham. I'm now wherever I am here. And it's all over the fucking place. I'm just moving everywhere. Where am I? You don't know. So I was in lockdown. I wasn't with anyone. I was in this flat by myself. No pets either. Sorry. I realized furlough may not be a thing that people know. Furlough is basically, it was a scheme that allows you to still have a job with a reduced pay. Basically, it was a scheme that the UK government, one of the few things, well, they messed it up still because there's a UK government, but it was a scheme that rather than people lose their jobs, the government would subsidize the wages to keep people on while lockdown was on. So rather than losing the job, companies could apply for a furlough scheme for the government, and the government would subsidize wages for X amount of months to keep these people on. Because, of course, keeping like thousands of people on a payroll with no work coming in, suddenly the money disappears, and then obviously, the company's not making any money. So I was thankful for that so I still had a job, had less money, because obviously it was only like 70% or 80% of the pay or something. But it basically allowed me to still have a job rather than lose my job, basically. So that was good. But my worry was that eventually my job would go, nah, you know what? We can't afford you, so I'm going to lose you. And also, we did actually lose some people before that as well. We actually went through restructuring because we went through some merger or something. So we had that. So I was like, I will probably lose my job because when's sport going to reappear? Will it come back? Will it be reduced? Will it be less need for staff and stuff? So had that on my mind. I was away from family, so I lost my dad, and I was like, in this flat, no pets, because you're not allowed to have pets in rental places because the government's terrible. Maybe it's become a rant about government. I don't want it to be, but the government seems to be a lot about this. And I was really, really down. But around March time is when I basically admitted to myself, finally, that I was like, you know what? I'm not doing okay. And that was the first point when I was actually truthful to myself, because years before, and looking back now, I've been dealing with mental health for many years, but I didn't realize it until that moment, until basically I had all that stuff going on at the very short space of time where I felt like I've never felt suicidal, but I felt like I was at literally rock bottom. Literally, I was like, literally nothing else can go bad. There's no way. I'm sure it could, life has a tendency to fucking curveballs everywhere, but it was around that time when I finally realized I was like, actually, I'm not okay. And that was a big weight off my shoulders just then, just admitting to myself that I wasn't okay. Because for years before, I was in that mindset that I was okay. Depression was a myth. Depression was a thing that only weak people dealt with. Taking medication or seeking help was something that only weak people did. And I had that mentality for many years of my life, because I've even installed it by parents, by society and stuff. And I'm sure people can relate to that. You tell her, especially like being male in England, in this country where you're not allowed to have feelings. You're not allowed to feel things. You have to worry about everyone else. Can't show emotions and stuff. And I installed that in myself for many years. So I actually realized I was struggling for a lot longer, but never admitted to myself. And I was actually doing a lot of harm to myself because of that. Because I was going, no, I'm fine. I'm just weak. I'm lazy. All those buzzwords. Which incidentally, I find it Dunny. That Brits use the term scheme without the malicious intent baked into it. Scheme sounds so shady. I mean, it is still a scheme. It is still a shady scheme, because basically, even though it did help people not lose jobs like myself, the government still messed it up and also paid people that they shouldn't have, and also was other stuff. But I don't want to get into the government. I do not want to get into the government. I'm done with the government. Government can F off. Still waiting 5 years for an ADHD assessment. Anyway. And like, can people relate to that? Like, have that feeling that you feel like without the education of mental health, just going, you're just told it's all in your head. It's all in your head. Those things you're thinking about, you're weak. You seek help, absolute weak. Internalized ableism. I don't think, is that a phrase for it? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it can be super hard to realize you're actually not okay. Even when you know you struggled before and think that you'll recognize the signs next time you're not doing well. Yeah. And that's, and I don't blame anyone for that per se. There's no particular one person where it also very much was more of a shameful thing than growing up. Yeah, it was shameful. It was shameful because, you know, it was a case of, oh, you need help for depression. Oh, you know, oh, you're different. You're weird. Oh, you know, I don't associate with you. You know, that feeling of like isolation, and it was profounded by society, by people around you. And again, I don't blame anyone particularly. I don't blame my parents. I don't blame people around me. It's just, I think, a lack of education and just things in the media and stuff, even back in the day with newspapers and everything else, just going, oh no, these things are baffling. Even now, 2024, you know, again, sorry, I keep going back on fucking government going, oh, you know, too many people are depressed. It's like, yeah, there's a reason for it, because the world's on fire and we're not doing very well, you know? Anyway. I had a friend, Pingu, back in high school who had to lie to her parents about going to therapy, and during the summer she couldn't go because we were boarding school, so the therapist was far away. When her parents found out, they said it was all in their head. Such things were not to be spoken about. Yeah. And I don't think I'd ever had my parents say that to me directly, but I never felt I could approach them about it. There was one moment, actually, I think, like, I approached saying, oh, I'm dealing with bullying or something, and I think my mum just laughed at me and said, oh, no, you're not. You're fine. So I get it. And yeah, so I always felt like ashamed that if I did ever admit to myself that I wasn't doing well, that was a sign of weakness, and I didn't want to show that weakness. I wanted to be shown as someone who could be relied on. So what I would do, I would put all my energy of my insecurity, all that depression and stuff, and go focus on other people. I was a people pleaser. I'm a people pleaser. I love helping people. Do I like helping myself? Fuck no. I like helping other people though. And so I would only focus on that. I'd always be like, meet our friends or say, and always have a chat, and people are like, oh, but, you know, what about you? Oh, don't worry about me. Let's worry about you. I would always deflect. Oh, don't worry about me. Let's worry about you. Let's help you out. I'll always be the one who I would want to be relied on. And I think it was nice helping people. I think I used that as a tool to not think about myself and how I was doing, because I realized deep down that I wasn't doing well. But if I focus on other people, then it was okay. I don't have to think about it, you know? Easy. It's easy. So basically, in summary, chat, don't worry about yourself, worry about other people. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. And I did that for years. Did that for absolute years. It even started from when I started learning to drive. By the way, ads will still play. Sorry about ads. Ads are a bit buggy, but why are you describing me? Rude. I mean, hi Martin, welcome in. I've turned off alerts, by the way, so your alert won't play, but welcome in. Oh, it does still play. Never mind. Oh, did I unmute it? I did unmute it. I unmuted it when I was testing it. Never mind. Ah, God. Sorry, I forgot I unmuted it to test it, and I didn't turn it off on or off again. Anyway, but yeah, like even when I started learning to drive, I was like one of the first people in my group to learn to drive, and I was like, oh, I'll drive everyone, and I quite enjoyed it. I was young, I liked to drive. I was like, I'm happy to be a chaperone. Let's go, you know. But that was a sign of me not admitting to myself that I wasn't doing okay, you know. And so I was like, oh no, let's worry about other people. Let's focus. Let's help other people. That makes me feel good, you know. Talking from YouTube, yeah, I don't blame my parents, but due to my older sister having more extensive problems than me, my problems were minor compared to hers, which led to me later down the line getting so depressed. Anxiousness, though it's better now, I'm still suffering a lot. And that's the thing, I feel like you see it in the media, especially in the UK, where you get people making comments like, oh, too many people got anxiety, people being diagnosed for anxiety, people being diagnosed for depression. Yeah, the reason why more people are being diagnosed for depression and anxiety, because we're finally starting to realize that we aren't doing okay and we're trying to get better. Why there's an issue with ADHD assessments, because people are suddenly realizing, oh, there might be some undiagnosed ADHD there. Let's finally sort it out, because it wasn't looked at fondly in a younger life. We're finally in that stage, still fighting for it. But now people realizing, hey, I can talk about this stuff. Martin, hey, sorry, I was only popping to say hi. Wife hasn't a good day. Oh, I'm sorry. Martin, send all the love to your wife. All the love to you and your wife, my friend. Sorry to hear that. Please take care. Please take care. Good to have you here. Thank you. Popping in. And yeah, so when I look back now, all the things I did, I know I was masking. I was someone who would mask, who would always have a smile on their face because I don't want anyone else to worry about me. And guess what? When you try to mask and try to get people to not worry about you, funny enough, people worry about you more. Funny enough. It's weird how that works, isn't it? But yeah, like I said, it all came to a head when about a month after all that stuff happened, when I was just at home somewhere and just went, I'm not okay. I'm really not okay. And what was interesting about that, because before I couldn't ever say that to myself, because I was like, oh, that's weakness. That's a sign of weakness. If people with depression, I would openly say that's a sign of weakness. That's not me. I'm not weak. I'm strong, blah, blah, blah. What was interesting, when I finally admitted to myself, I even said it out loud as well, I think to myself, I was like, I felt better, but I still felt terrible, but I felt better because I suddenly just was honest to myself, you know? And it was odd. I was like, oh, interesting. Because I've been installed to myself, oh, you know, this is a bad thing. Depression is a bad thing, but having it was a sign of weakness and stuff, where now I'm finally admitted to myself, was like, oh, actually, I feel slight weight off my shoulders, that I'm finally accepting that I'm not okay. Granted, I wish all that stuff didn't happen for me to realize that, but I'm glad that I did realize it eventually. And so because of that, I finally tried to get some help for it. So I access therapy. Very lucky in the UK, that's a way to access therapy. Mix it up, you good? Mix it up, you good? Mix it up. There's definitely donate. There we go. Just took a while. No, try donate again, Pimo. Try donate again. The link is there. Is donate not working? Excuse me, it should be. There we go. I don't know. Mix it up. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm trying to chat here. Trying to break in. Just a hiccup. It's fine. You know what? Waffle was just listen to me. It's fine. But yeah, we're lucky enough in the UK that there's services that you can access therapy and stuff, and I was able to get onto a online or over the phone therapist and stuff, and it was really funny. You know, it's funny. It's funny because I basically how it worked. It's not. There's a word for it. Is it CBT? I think it's CBT, cognitive behavioral treatment or something. Anyway, it's like a free service for a few weeks. Then if you want more, then you pay for it. And it's like 6 weeks or something, like a call each week. And it was, and they were like, I think one of the questions was, okay, what do you want to talk about? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, cognitive behavioral therapy, that's what it is. Yeah. And what do you want to talk about? Like, why did you seek therapy and stuff? And I explained things happened. And I couldn't obviously see him because I was on the phone, but they did like stop for a second and went, oh, well, all things considered, you're doing very well. And that was incredible to hear, because from that moment where I was like, I'm really struggling now, and I felt like I've been struggling for years, to then be reassured in my feelings that actually I was doing okay, all things considered, because I went through a lot in a very short space of time. And that gave me a lot of strength in that as well, that I was like, actually, I'm not doing as bad as I thought. Because I went from one extreme, like I completely ignored it until it got to a head where I was like, it got too much. And then I felt like I was literally complete rock bottom. I couldn't do anything else. I was like, this is horrible. You know, and even seeking therapy was a big step, because I was like, I always saw therapy as, again, that sign of weakness, that thing that, you know, people, it's, you know, trivialized in media, in American media, like everyone's got a therapist, you know, it's trivialized. But having someone sort of just reassure you, going, actually, all things considered, you've gone through a lot and you're actually doing okay, you know? And the fact is that you took that step to seek the help is a sign of strength. And that's the thing. No kidding. Tito just came up with my screen and bopped Warwick on the nose. So feel yourself. Tito, I adore you. And that's the thing. Admitting to yourself you're not okay is a sign of strength. It's true strength. And you might not disagree. You might not agree with me. You might disagree. Whatever. This is how I feel. And all of this is all about me, remember. It's all about me. But knowing that you're saying to yourself, hey, I'm not okay, is a strength. Is a sign of such fucking strength. Because that you admitting to yourself, not lying to yourself, going, you know what? I need support. I need to seek support. Regardless of if you can go, you know, all that other stuff, money, blah, blah, blah. But like just admitting to yourself that you're not okay, that is true strength right there. Saying to yourself, hey, I'm not doing okay. I'm not too hot today. You know, that's just where the strength is, you know. Lying to yourself, either directly or indirectly, is technically, it could be a sign of weakness, you know. Yes, admitting that you need help is such a strong move. It's such a power move. It's such a power move. And like, I'm so thankful for it. Like, I haven't got therapy at the moment, you know, because time and money, and also feel like I'm in a lot better place from like 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, just, it completely changed, like changed my world upside down. Because I was suddenly like, everything I thought about, like hiding things was easier. Again, back to like good old England, you know, the whole stiff upper lip. So, oh, you know, you're not meant to have feelings, you know, or the whole phrase of, oh, someone's probably got it worse than you. Someone's always got it worse than you. Oh, well, you can't complain. Oh, your head's a bit, oh, your head hurts. You're a bit depressed. Oh, well, someone's dying, you know, so don't worry about it. I'm like, fuck off. That's the thing. It's sassy. It can still be really hard. And I'm not saying I've fixed it. I'm not saying I'm admitting to myself all the time. It can still be really hard to admit to yourself when you're struggling. It really, really can. You know, but it's taking those steps, you know, even knowing about it. Or even knowing that you find it hard to admit when you're struggling. That's a sign of strength. Knowing in yourself that you know you struggle with that, you know? Yeah, that's the thing, because I had friends speak to me, because since my dad passed, who would go, oh, well, I can't really complain about my life because of what you went through. And I would tell them straight dead in the face, fuck off. I would laugh as well afterwards. But I'd be like, why does what I've gone through have anything to do with what you're going through? And I say this before in streams often. Just because your thing isn't the same as mine doesn't make it any less important to you. Again, I use trivial things like trying to get your coffee somewhere and they don't have the right syrup or they run out of coffee or whatever. That, if that's annoyed you, that is valid. Doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that, oh, well, I can't complain about my coffee because someone's dad's died. I'm like, why does that matter to you? I mean, it matters in the sense that, you know, you care for that person, but why should you make that a competition? You know, I get annoyed about as little as things, and that's okay. I'm allowed to, because hey, my feelings are valid. You know, if it differs from your normal, that means it's off for you. Exactly. You know, so I always tell my friends, they would always feel like hesitant to sort of talk about their issues or concerns because they feel like, well, you've gone through worse. I'm like, okay, it's not a competition. Your feelings are valid. And that's the thing, your feelings are valid. You know, if you wake up, feel like shit, you are valid in that feeling. You do not have to go, well, actually, other people got it worse. People probably do have it worse in certain aspects. Absolutely. Does it make your feelings any less relevant or valid? And that's the thing I think people struggle with, is knowing that what they feel like. I've also gone through what they feel like, people don't feel like it's valid enough. They feel like, oh, well, you know, it's trivialized. It's not as worse as other things. So, you know, it's not that bad. It affects you. It's important to you. And it may, in the grand scheme of things, seem like a minor thing, but if it matters to you, it matters to you. You know, be selfish about it, you know? Selfish can be a good thing. Be selfish. Care about yourself rather than other people. You can still care for other people, but when you neglect yourself first, you can't care for other people, you know? And so I just, you know, your feelings are valid. If you're annoyed about something, even whatever, I can't even think of it, you know, just run out of food, run out of drink, I don't know, it's raining again, you know? It's valid to feel like you're annoyed by it. That's valid. That is valid. And I think because a lot of people try to mask that, that's where the struggles come from, where people don't talk about mental health. It's like, no, admit to yourself that you're annoyed by it, and that's okay, you know? And then that frees you for other things. Buffy, on a flip, when my best friend died in an accident 5 years ago, one of my other friends felt the need to say, well, I'm going through a divorce, which is like a death, so I feel as bad as you. Yeah, no. No. So I'm laughing because it's just, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's just fucking rude. No. Again, you can't compare things because just go enjoy look. You can't compare things like that. Like, yes, what you're going through is important to you. Absolutely. But when you start comparing it, if I went, well, actually, what you're going through is like what I was, like, well, no, no, that's the other, that's, you're going one extreme to the other, my friend. That's the other extreme to the other. That's not quite right there. That's, you almost had it, but not quite, you know? You have to laugh at audacity. Yeah, I just laugh at audacity. Absolutely. Sassy, I can be pretty neglectful of my own feelings and worry more about how others are doing. Yeah, Sassy, I've been there. I still do it often as well, but I've been there, you know, because it's easier to worry about everyone else than yourself, because you don't want to admit to yourself that you might be a bit different, might be a bit broken, you might be a bit down than compared before. You don't want to admit to yourself or look at the reality that you aren't doing okay. So it's easier to worry about everyone else's concerns, because then you can focus on that and not think about yourself for a few hours or a few days or whatever. And cry to ignorance and laugh again at just how out there. Sorry, Wafflewick, stop spamming. Out there the same as, yeah. Like, that's one extreme to the other. That's not good. That's not good. You know, divorce is a difficult thing for a lot of people, especially if it's involved money as well, and you know, you're losing people, blah blah blah. But you know, if you start comparing, it's like, well, actually, it's like this. It's like, it's not really. Everything's different. Your feelings are valid. What you're going through is valid, but don't compare it to a death, because you know, again, it's not a competition. Not a competition. You know. But yeah, so for me, therapy helped me a lot to realize, or open that door, that actually I wasn't okay, and I was getting better realizing that. And I think the biggest thing for me was just that realization that there will be days that I won't be doing well. There will be days that I'm really not doing well. Pingu, I hate that I have to go to bed already, but I have a big day tomorrow. All the best for tomorrow, Pingu. Whatever you're up to tomorrow. Oh no, it's that day thing. Have the best day tomorrow. Hope it goes well. Is it that day thing tomorrow? The holiday thing you were planning doing? I hope that's right. If not, I do apologize. Hope it goes well, Pingu. Was that the thing that you're planning for a couple weeks ago, a week or so ago? I think it was. Hope it was. Anyway, either way, Pingu, have a great day tomorrow. Yeah, even if it feels like a death, no, just don't compare. It's not a competition. Just don't compare. Don't compare different groups or not as honest with each other, because it's not a competition. You know, it's hard. Life is hard enough as it is. Don't try to compare it with someone else. Maduro. No, tomorrow I have to work all day because the French CEO of Audi comes. Oh shit! Oh god! Have fun with that. Oh god! Oh my god! All right, have fun with that, Pingu. God, I hope it all goes well. I mean, have a great time. I'm sure it'll be fun. Just unload some pallets. It's fine. Maduro, it's so much easier to be kind and caring and loving towards your friends and other people, but it can be so hard to be as kind towards yourself. It's something I'm slowly trying to get better at, being kind and patient with myself. Yeah, and it's a big struggle. It's a huge struggle to be patient with yourself, you know. And you know, for years, and I still sort of do it now, but for years, like I would go back to like a bit. I would buy some snacks, do a shopping trip, I'll buy some snacks, and then the next day I'm feeling like absolute fucking shit. You know, I feel shit, so I snack on maybe more than I would intentionally do, or maybe run out or go through a bag of donuts or whatever. I would make myself feel worse for it, because I'm like, oh, I've just eaten it all. Oh, you know, now I'm gonna get fat. I've got no longer snacks for when I want them. Blah blah blah. And it's just like, you already feel bad. Why make yourself feel worse? You know, why make yourself feel worse by having the thing that you wanted at that time? You may not have wanted. You may not have wanted it all that at the time. Well, no, sorry, rephrase that. Maybe in hindsight, you wish you maybe saved a donut or something or whatever for later. But at that time, that's what you felt you needed. And that's, again, valid. You know? Sure. Yeah, I still feel annoyed sometimes if I snack a bit too much or drink something and I'm like, oh, I wish I saved it for later. But I'm like, no, let's just enjoy it while I can. Enjoy it, and in that moment, I already feel like shit. I might as well just enjoy it, If I'm going to have a extra pizza or an extra chicken wing, I don't know, enjoy it, Don't make yourself feel worse about it, because then you just ruined it, You made a mistake, almost as if you're just human. Exactly, we're just human, and it's always a mistake, but it's just that sometimes just we feel like shit, and so we want to consume something. So like with content creation, especially, you always feel like you need to be creating stuff. If you're not creating, you're not being productive enough, So I would, especially near the beginning of streaming with Twitch as well, I would be like, oh, if I take a day off, that's a failure, because I'm taking a day off because I don't feel like I'm well enough to stream or make content. Or I wake up, I go, oh, I got a day off tomorrow. I'm going to make sure I edit a video, and I wake up tomorrow, don't want to do it, and what I would normally do, I'd make myself feel worse about it. So I would just sit not do anything, because I'm like, I feel like shit, because I'm like, I can't do this video, but I want to do this video, but I can't, and then I make myself feel worse about it. Granted, you probably still feel shit because you can't do the thing that you wanted to do, but it's realizing that those feelings are valid. They are valid, and we don't know what tomorrow brings, and that is in good and bad, because you don't know how you're going to feel in yourself and what you want to do tomorrow. And I'm trying to still to this day, and it helps having a community supportive you lot allow me to sometimes go, you know what, I just need a week off from streams, and feel comfortable doing that, and know that's not a sign of weakness, that's a sign of strength, knowing my limits and looking after myself and enjoying that time off when I can, not feeling worse, going, oh, I should have been streaming this time, but I'm not because I'm whatever. Because what you do, you just get into a spiral. You already feel like shit. Why make it worse? Again, we all do it to ourselves. I know we do it, and this is more shouting at myself sometimes, but it's just the case that you already feel shit. Why make yourself feel worse about it? It doesn't help you, because you get in a spiral, because then you're like feeling worse, because then you get annoyed with yourself because you got annoyed with yourself, and then it's just spiraling. Check it on YouTube. Yeah, when I was keeping fit every day, only eating a bland steak, 2 protein shakes, and a gram of caffeine to keep my body all so fucking miserable. Now though, I'm still keeping fit, realizing that my mind matters more than my body was so beneficial. And that's the thing, like everyone, you take sacrifices when you can and stuff, and sometimes you try things to know what you want and what your body wants, what your mind wants. But that's the thing, your your body can change in all different shapes, but your mind is just your mind. And you don't look after that, you can't look after everything else, And also, we are on this planet for a short time, You might as well try and enjoy yourself. I'm not saying not sacrifice things if you want to sacrifice things for whatever, jobs, relationships, whatever, we sacrifice as humans for people and things, You go, oh, I'm going to move for a job, I'm going to do this for whatever. But just know that it's okay to go, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to keep eating this bland steak for the rest of my life. It's okay to go, you know what, I'm going to have that second donut. And I use food because food it's not an issue for me, but food is something that I associate with like comfort. I comfort eat. I like eating. It gives me that comfort. And for a long time, I would make myself feel worse when I would comfort eat, because I feel like, oh, I've just wasted all this money and all these snacks, and I've just wolfed it all down. But now, if I ever feel like that, I'm going, no, you know what? If I feel like this, I want to eat all these donuts, I'm just going to enjoy it, I'm just going to enjoy it, all right? Because the thing is, right, you could eat again, I use donuts because I've got some donuts now. Sorry, making anyone angry. Like, the eating of the donuts has not changed, right? The eating of those donuts have not changed. So why make yourself worse about it? Making yourself feel worse about it won't change what the eating of the donuts, And eating donuts for most people, not everyone, but most people, is something to enjoy. It's a snack. It's not anything really healthy. It's a snack. It's a comfort thing. So you might as well try to enjoy that. And again, like we're taking time off, you know what? Actually, I'm not in the right mindset for whatever. I'm just going to relax, and that's okay. That's okay. Society says it's not, because you have to always be active and productive and doing everything you need, and you can't be stopping. You have to be making all this stuff all the fucking time. But actually, some days, if you're able to, of course, is just to switch off and go, you know what? I'm just going to go watch some random TV. I'm going to watch some Sunny in Philadelphia or whatever, or some anime. And that is still productive. That is still productive. Again, it's about comparing. It's like, oh, well, someone's made all these videos, people to content, or in streaming sense anyway, or people are out doing stuff where I'm like, I'm not. But you are productive in your own way. You're productive in yourself. You're giving yourself a mental break. That's productive in itself. Just because it's not physical, or you go, hey, look at this big thing I've made. Look at all the cool stuff. Because there's no sign to say it's being productive. People neglecting think it is being productive. But actually, looking after yourself is productive. You know? Does that make sense? I have no idea. Audrey, when it comes to tasks, sometimes I tell myself to start the day with eating a frog. Do the most horrible task first, so everything afterwards is better. Audrey, but sometimes I give myself a lie-in and I don't do a task at all because I feel like shit and bleh and just enjoy my bed for longer. Yeah, but I'm sure a lot of people probably relate when you stay in bed or lay in bed on your day off or whatever. You go, oh, why did I lay in? You needed it. You probably needed it. You know, there's many reasons why you needed it, you know? Enjoy that lay-in, you know? Don't make yourself feel worse about it, you know? I still need to try the Dunkin' gluten-free donuts, but need to pre-order them and keep forgetting. Gluten-free, interesting. But also, society is a bit around the idea that someone at home does housekeeping and someone else works and earns money, which is a very outdated idea. Basically, if you live alone, you're doing two jobs. No wonder people will get burnout. Yep, burnout is a very big thing. And it's horrible. Burnout is a horrible thing. And it's not just content creation, it's with life as well. With life, it's because you can get burnt out, you know? That's part of it, where you keep not focusing on stuff, you get that burnt out because you don't realize why a lot of people, if you go on a holiday, go like a week abroad or something, and you go on a holiday, you come back almost always, if you're working like a job and stuff, you come back and go, I need another holiday. The reason why is because probably you're already burnt out weeks before that week off. You've gone on holiday, you've come back, and then you're like, no, I still need to rest. It's because your body hasn't fully recovered. And again, I know a lot of things I say is probably from a place of privilege because in the UK we have up like 28 days of holiday per year, which I know is a lot more than like American friends. Also, I don't live with it. I don't have dependents on me. I don't have any pets. So I'm able to take time off when I need to and stuff, and able to be flexible enough to go, you know what, I can take a day off before I feel like I need it to recharge without actually charging. But the thing is, if you think about like a battery, so you got like a phone battery, and you know, say like you're at 20% battery and you charge it. Newer phones, they charge quite quickly to full, you know, they charge quite quickly. If you try to charge a phone from when it's gone dead, like when the battery's gone, how much longer does it take for the battery to charge? Think of it like that. And again, that's in a sense burnout. Again, that's how I explain it. May not make sense, but that's how burnout is. You know, if you're at your limit, it takes a lot longer to recharge. Where if you've already got a bit left, if you've still got a bit going, you haven't got as much to fill in, so you're still there. So if you think of like a battery, let's say that's like a battery bar. That's 100. This is 100. That's 0. You know, say like you got 50, so you got 50%. You know, hello with 50%, and then you go for a break or take some time off away for you. Then you recharge that, and you're around here. You're in a good level. Good level. If you suddenly keep going until you're 0, you're stuck at that 0 for a lot longer because suddenly you got nothing. So it's harder to grow back to that 50% into that 100%. Does that make sense? I have no idea. I normally have like things to use. Like I'm pretty sure when I was trying to explain about Sundays, I had a battery and a Tsum. But anyway, just being a person that's exhausting. Buffy, absolutely. I love my job, my patience, but the executive dysfunction with ADHD makes the stupidest stuff feel impossible. I 100% relate to that, 100%. I've talked about burnout this spring, yes. My therapist explained it as a daily amount of chocolate squares. If you borrow from tomorrow's chocolate because you need more today, then tomorrow you have to borrow from the day afterwards and then again the day afterwards. That's not a bad way of looking at it. That's not a bad way, is it? Yeah, so if you start using more energy than you got, then it takes away from the next day, and then you need more, and then you need more until you get to a point where you literally burn out. Again, granted, for a lot of people, you aren't able to take time off before you need it. But that's me realizing that actually, because I got burnt out during Twitch, I'd stream like 4 or 5 days a week, was still a day job. I would stream, I think, Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and then do other things outside of it and stuff, you know. I like that. Ran out of spell slots. I like that, Audrey. I like that. And yeah, I would get burnt out because I would be focused again. I have to make content all the time. Always make content. If I'm not making something, if I don't use my day off to make something, then I'm failing. And so, and you stream for so many hours, right? Yeah, I stream for like average like 5 or 6 hours. Some streams will be like 7, 8 hours. I do like 4 now. Just about 4, sometimes even 3.5. But yeah, I used to stream like well, I mean, let's have a quick look at me. I mean, I love streaming, but I was not good to myself. I was not good to myself at all. Yeah, so let's look at a week. Right. So I started in October 2020. First stream 4.5 hours. Next stream 6.5 hours. 6 hours. Sorry, 7 hours. 5 hours. Sorry, 7.5 hours. 5.5 hours. 6.5 hours. 7 hours. So yeah. So I would stream. I think my average was like 5.5 hours. For like the first year and so. Like 5.5 hours. And now I stream maximum of 4. Like I sometimes go over, but a lot of times I don't. And I would stream 4 or 5 days a week. So I would be doing that as well as the same job that I've got now as well. So I'll still be doing the same shifts that I was doing as well. And for a while I loved it because I was busy. I was great. It was awesome. I wasn't, even though I seek therapy before, I was still almost not being honest to myself enough. I was like, I'll just focus on this stuff. And I was focusing on stuff that I enjoy, you know? And I got to a point where I really did burn out, and I think I took like a month off, or a few weeks off, I think. Or how long did I take off? I took a while off near the beginning, because I just got so burnt out. I was chasing numbers, I was focusing on the wrong things, I was making content for the sake of it, and yeah, it wasn't good. And again, with burnout, if you get to a point where you're burnt out, you need a lot longer to recover from, you know? Where if you try to take time off for yourself once a week or once or 2 weeks, if you're able to, then you are able to keep going for a lot longer, you know? But yeah, so I need to start look at DMs when I stream. But yeah, so I'm not trying to thought. Yeah, so obviously that changed. So I looked after myself. I don't stream for a lot longer. I stream less days to give myself a bit more time outside of things. I still struggle. Yeah, I've been burnt out for 2 years. It takes long. Yeah, it takes a long time. It can take a very long time for burnout. Yeah, it's horrible. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's like people say it's a new phrase. It's not really. It's just we speak about it. We talk about it. Anxiety, depression, ADHD. Things are spoken about nowadays when they weren't as much before, or they were, but they're trivialized. You know, the amount of times on American TV, especially like shows, we go, oh, ADHD. There was just like a buzzword. It was a buzzword. So people were, oh, just kids get ADHD. Now we understand, no, actually, adults can get ADHD, and it can be undiagnosed for many years. I'm kind of on a 5-year waiting list. Love the NHS, love the government. Hi, government, you're back again. Goodness me. But yeah, so I make changes to myself. I made changes in how I worked, how I operated. You know, there are some weeks, like this week, there's a lot going on, but I make sure that other weeks, welcome back, Glitch, other weeks, I give myself rest and that relaxation that I need. Willie, burnout is one of the reasons I went to get help again for ADHD. Oh, I'm glad you went to get help, Willie. And again, getting help is, it goes back to that moment of just being honest to yourself and going, hey, I'm not okay. I need to get some support. Let's see what options are available. And again, I know I'm very lucky in my position where for the most part, a lot of things are through NHS. So I'm able I don't have to pay any extra. I can if I want to go private or have to wait 5 years and then still have to think about that later on down the road. But for now, and I know a lot of other people, it's a case that sometimes you have to either think about, oh, do I feed my family or do I get help? You know, Oh, therapy? Oh, it's like 2,000 quid. Oh, okay, I just want to get help. So I understand fully that sometimes people can't get that type of help because of the situation they're in and the country that they're in. So I completely get that. Buffy, I had to diagnose myself by accident while diagnosing one of my patients. My psychiatrist has known me 10 years and she missed it. My parents and teacher missed it. I feel like ADHD has taken years off my life. Oh, Buffy, I feel like it has. Like, I've not been diagnosed for a year. I'm pretty sure I've got it, but I don't know until I've get that official, yeah, you've got it, is the medication, whatever. But I do feel like a lot of my years not being wasted, because I never feel like anything that happened in my life is wasted. But I do feel like I struggled a lot more than I needed to if things were looked at younger age. And again, I can't really, I don't want to blame anyone particularly because I don't think anyone's to blame per se. But I think it's more of a society sort of thing where it just wasn't understood well enough. And even now, it's still not really understood. Like, it's so underfunded at the moment. It's ridiculous. Thankfully, we have places that we can speak about and open about it. But you just by me saying 5-year waiting list for ADHD assessment shows you how badly diagnosed it was back in the day. How underfunded it's been for so many years that it's now we've got basically a pandemic of so many people trying to get diagnosed because they're realizing this was undiagnosed for my whole life until now, and now they're finally taking that step to get their help. Fortunately, we're all seeming to realizing around sort of the same time that the services just can't cope unless it's going to cost you a lot of money, you know. I need a drink. I've been talking for a while. Oh, and I lost last minute. I know this is. Sorry, let me get my lid because I'm going to drop my drink. Otherwise, I know that. I know this isn't encouraging, but my family doctor helped me. They can diagnose, but a lot aren't comfortable. I also pay for a private assessment. I would recommend it, but I know the money part is unfair and hard for people. Yeah, that like for me personally, I've got a lot of debt, which I'm trying to pay off, and I don't really have the income to be able to get that assessed. I know people suggested about making it like a GoFundMe or a tip fund for me to get my assessment, and that will be a conversation later on in the year. Well, when I figure out exactly what I want to do, because again, it's like, do I want to raise 1,200 quid to get ADHD assessment, and then, you know, but yeah, I'm in a position where as a streamer, I'm able to potentially do that. I've got a community that supports me who wants to support me doing that. But I know for a lot of people, that's just not viable. You know, it's just not viable. And that's it. It breaks my heart. It really does. Audrey, especially if you're not the hyperactive type, but the combined or the internalizing type, if you don't have excess energy as a kid, you could, yeah, I think that's what it was, because I think because it was so trivialized on TV, and especially American TV, because I think everyone watched American TV because that's what the TV shows were from. ADHD was only seen as hyperactive. It was only seen as being really, really hyperactive. Hi, Jeremy from YouTube. Well. Look who's late to the party. That should be. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome in. I will say, anyone's popping from YouTube or just popping in now, we're having a mental health discussion about mental health, about what we deal with it and my struggles and everything else. There are a lot of trigger warnings about suicide, depression, and anxiety. We are raising money for Samaritans. There is a link, which is not in YouTube, but I will put the YouTube link if anyone wants it there. There's a link to donate if anyone wants to from YouTube. But yeah, we're talking about serious subjects. So if you want to lurk, come back tomorrow when we're back to usual, please feel free. But just to warn you, there is a content warning and stuff. And that's what I think the issue was because ADHD was only seen one form of ADHD, where it's just hyperactive. It's like, oh, hyperactive. And I wasn't a particularly hyper kid. I spoke really quickly. I got speech therapy for it because I spoke so quickly no one could understand me. But I wasn't hyper. I just really struggled to concentrate at school. I really concentrated keeping like friendships and relationships, or even nowadays remembering to do stuff, to DM people back. I would read a message like Midoriel's. I go, I'll reply to that later. I would never reply to that. Not because I don't want to, because I will just forget about it. That's just in my face, you know? And I think because of that one side of it, it was like, oh, well, if you're not like that, then that's it. Oh, is it freezing up on your side? Is it? Let me have a look at YouTube. Hang on. It looks fine on my end. I hope it sorts itself out, Jeremy. Let me know. Midro, yeah, I've gotten help for ADHD. Started with diagnosis because I'm pretty damn sure my anxiety and burnout are stemming from my ADHD. And it doesn't help if I try to get help for, say, anxiety alone, because I believe ADHD is the root cause that needs to be addressed first. And so, wait, yeah. Cool, Jeremy. Yeah, that's what I think for me as well, because I've got anxiety over depression and stuff, but I feel like potentially, again, I don't know until I think like I get properly diagnosed and stuff, but getting that root cause of why things are, then things stem from it, will help me in the long run. And so, as you said, Majoro. Hey, Vampire, welcome in. I wasn't diagnosed till I was 20 and got to uni, suddenly struggled massively with life and everything after having been in boarding school since I was 7 years old. It's also a weird thing because like I feel like I'm struggling more now that I feel like I have got it, where I've got like, yeah, you probably have got it. We have to assess you. We've got to wait 5 years, but we probably think like there's enough there to put you in a waiting list, you know? And now, knowing that I've probably got something that's affecting how I deal with stuff feels worse than before. But before, I'm like, oh, I'm just lazy. It was an excuse. It was easy to say, I'm lazy, I'm this, I'm that, other. I need to just try harder. You know, I'm at fault. But now I'm like, actually, no, it's not my fault. It's something that's different in me. But it almost makes it not worse, but puts more of a spotlight on it, because you know that the things that you struggle with, you know, actually it's not on you. It's actually something in your brain that's stopping you from doing it, which can be quite good in a way, because it means that it doesn't make you feel like you're at fault. But at the same time, you're also you're like, but I need the help. Why can't I get the help for it? You know, I don't know, double-edged sword, I guess. Jeremy from YouTube, anxiety I got for breakfast, depression for lunch, and ADHD for dinner. Let me put it that way. Wow, you're eating well tonight, aren't you, Jeremy? Void, it's 10:40 feeling tired and down, so I'm testing my new air fryer. No worries, Void. I hope the air fryer is going well. I hope it's going all right. Maduro, that's why I don't open notifications before I'm sure I can reply or do something about it in a moment. That I need to start doing that. And I need to get into that mindset of doing it. Orgy. Woo for air dryer. Feeling sad. Hun, I'm the same. If like I've currently got a DM and I see that red little thing and like I need that gone. I can't reply to it yet, but I need it gone. Deadly. Once I got my diagnosis, my entire life felt like it made sense because I suddenly knew why I did things I did and why I was like I was. Yeah, and that's the hope for me with my ADHD assessment is having that someone, that professional say, hey, yes, you have this. This is why probably your whole life has been like this. Which would be great, but then I know I'll be like, well, I wish I knew this sooner. Regret, hindsight, it's a beautiful thing. We can't change the past as much as we'd like to. And I try not to dwell on it. I go, you know what? It is what it is. I've won the journey now. It's going to take a while. Wish I'll find out sooner. Sure. Was it diagnosed as a kid? I hope it was. I wish it was, but you know. Bite size. The biggest thing I've learned since getting into the mental health field is that we will never blame, shame, or guilt ourselves into changing. Jeremy says hi, by the way, Twitch. Jeremy from YouTube says hi. Biggest thing I've learned since getting into the mental health field is that we will never blame, shame, or guilt ourselves into changing. Do you say that as in we shouldn't or we don't? Right size. Bitch, my best friend has ADHD and she's diagnosed me basically as soon as we met. I mean, Twitch's basically diagnosed me. I mean, there's a reason why I went for it because people were like, Warwick, you probably have it. Really? I didn't seek out official diagnosis until my coping mechanisms, a lot of caffeine and other factors. I mean, yeah, I drink, caffeine as well, a lot of caffeine, were no longer effective for reasons that we might touch on here, but not in this comment. The psychologist who assessed me was initially skeptical, but after the test said it was clear I had ADHD and also autism, which was a hell of a surprise to me. So yeah, gold brand. That's the thing, because when I did my my assessment for ADHD, it was also, I think ADHD and autism, because I think they're linked in certain ways, or it's the affects the brain in similar ways. It affects the brain in different ways, but it's in similar, what it, you know. Let's build a time machine. That sounds like a lot of work, Audrey. I've got to wash my hair. Audrey, on second thought, maybe I wouldn't admit you if we built a time machine. That's the thing I fall back on, is when I get wish. Yeah, I wish I got diagnosed when I was a lot younger. I wish this and that and the other. That could have changed me streaming. That could have changed me being here today. That could have changed things in other life and relationships, you know. And so while I go, yeah, I wish maybe I could make more sense for the world. Maybe having that diagnosis would have helped younger age. It may have meant that other things may have not happened in its place, you know? So I would like the diagnosis to be sooner. I can say that. But I'm glad that I found streaming when I did. I'm glad that I'm able to be here today talking about this stuff, being open about this stuff. So Glitch says hi, Jeremy. We should not. Oh, sorry, we should not. It's not affected. Got you. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was making sure. Yeah, that's the thing. When you start guilt, again, let's go back to that whole donut thing. When you start guilt tripping yourself, making yourself feel worse about it, it doesn't help anything. Funny enough, it does not help. Our brains feel like we have always had to put ourselves down. You know, we do it in any relationships. Void and Orgy, pop into YouTube. How sweet. We want to put ourselves down. We always want to put ourselves down. It's like, you know, what you said wasn't, you didn't say the right thing. That interaction with the person wasn't blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Jeremy does see, that's a good point. You do see on the chat, you do see, yeah. If blame, shame, and guilt could get us to the ends we want, mental health would not have evolved to the point it has today. Yes, good point. Yeah. Yeah, similar symptoms, but also opposite symptoms, yeah. I should need to try to go back to therapy because my anxiety panic attacks, but I feel like without a job and with the university, it's hard to put that in priority right now. And that's the reality with it. And again, this is why I speak about like a privilege from my end, because like I can go seek that therapy, that help if I want to. Granted, it takes a long time, but I can seek that help, and other people can. But for a lot of people, you have to choose what you need to do right now. And for you, Han, for example, without a job or university, you have to focus on that because you feel like, well, I can't afford to go get therapy. And people in other situations where they, especially, again, I use America for example, you know, people choose not to go to hospital because it's going to cost them thousands of dollars and they don't have any healthcare insurance, you know? So people are putting their health in risk because they can't afford it. And I don't like that. That's bad. I don't like that health is determined on how much wealth you've got. I mean, that's how the world works, unfortunately, but that's another thing. It's easy. It is. It's so easy to put ourselves down. So easy. Void, I'm currently thinking about what I do after therapy, still without a diagnosis. I mean, don't go ahead of yourself, Void. You know, take us one step at a time. We're all on our journeys. We don't know what's happening tomorrow, next week, next month and stuff, you know. But yeah, so back to me. This is also a coping mechanism as well, just laughing at silly comments. So back to me. So tomorrow I'll be working. That's all I know. Yeah, fair. I don't know. I know that before the pandemic, we can go to a psychologist in the uni, but I don't know how it works now. And it's full booked, probably because it's around 3 or 4 specialists for all of us. I mean, it's always good to check, but I understand that, again, it's that feeling, it's probably going to be booked. I probably don't have it anymore. Let's not try. Let's not get my hopes up that I'll get help because it probably won't be there. I get that. Hey, Gannon, welcome back. I am a section of the rule. Being AFAB and diagnosed at 13, 5 years after getting diagnosed with depression, can say it doesn't help to have diagnosis if the therapy is targeted 6 years and they don't teach coping mechanisms or explain what's going on in therapies. I mean, we can get in. I don't want to get into that because that gets sidetracked slightly too much. Where I'm using therapy as a broad spectrum, like diagnosis as a broad spectrum, because yes, there are moments that it may not be the right thing for you. The therapy or the sessions or diagnosis may not be correct, or may not be done in the correct way, so it actually doesn't help. I get that fully, Gan, and I do apologize you have to go it for so many years. But I just say it's hard to enjoy studying. I'm just saying, from my point of view, therapy helped me a huge amount, and I do feel like getting that diagnosis for ADHD at the age that I am, remember 21, will help me understand things a lot more. Granted, not every healthcare system is correct, because you see many stories about how people are misdiagnosed or got the wrong treatment, or it's been like a catch-22. Like, oh, are you depression? Oh, just have whatever. Just have these tablets. When there's not actually, there's like a billion different tablets to take, there's different types of medication to take for one symptom, you know. Maduro, if I go in power and decide things, I would make therapy available and free for all. It should just be free. Again, I think everyone should try therapy, but I feel like it doesn't work for everyone for whatever reason, and that's valid. It worked for me. It worked for me very, very much. Yeah, but enough about me. Enough about me. Let's talk about me, Johnny Bravo. I mean, Warwick. I mean, Johnny Bravo is an idol of mine. I mean, I've even got like the wisp of the hair, not quite as long, but you know, it's a lack of system, lack of knowledge, because some systems are just like thrown together like bits of string, you know. Audrey, the problem we have here, amongst other things, is that there aren't enough people trained to give free therapy without waiting lists to repeat. Yes, and that not enough training for it. Yeah, Audrey, that's only because you cut it recently. It was longer. That's true. It was longer. That is very true. But I like to think of therapists as shoes. They have different strengths and settings that are suited for. It's about finding the right fit for what you need. Exactly. And unfortunately, it goes back to a point where for a lot of people, you just can't afford it. You don't have that choice. It's either this or nothing. And that's such a fail of the system as a whole. Jeremy from YouTube. Thing is, I've seen so many psychiatrists, only 2 psychiatrists so far. More fed up with our psychiatrists. Is that normal? I think it is. Because also, going to therapists, it's so difficult. Because you basically have to talk about yourself. You have to talk about yourself. You have to open up about yourself, you know? It's so draining. Like, every therapy session, I felt so drained afterwards. And I would just stare outside a window. Because I'd be like, I'm just mentally and physically drained by this. Because you're just talking about the issues that you've got. And you're like, oh. And sometimes you see a new one, you have to go all through that all over again. It's tough. It's so tough. Boy, there's also a chance of playing therapy roulette for a while. I got lucky. I got very lucky with mine. I saw 2 on the phone. One wasn't great, but the second one was great. I was very lucky. I got lucky with my current therapist, but I had to deal with some others that I didn't get along with and wouldn't take me seriously. And it's going to happen because humans are different. You know, everyone deals with things differently, unfortunately. And for some people, that might be the strength, the straw that breaks the camel's back. You know, it's that bit of going, well, is this what therapy is like? No thanks, and just ruin it for your whole experience. Or you might not even have a choice in the matter, because it's like, well, you can have this one that we've given you for free because of NHS or whatever, or you can pay like 2,000 quid for this one. Your choice. You're like, well, that one's terrible. I can't afford that one. Cool, I'll just carry on then. But yeah, I would definitely say, do not give up trying to get help. And there are options available. A lot of it, unfortunately, is money-based. And again, I don't want to get in that side of things because that's not what the system is about. But I do understand that a lot of it is money-based or society-based, because, you know, some people just physically can't. They're not able to be open about their mental health because they've got parents or guardians or whatever who don't believe in it or agree with it. So you have to hide it, you know? Or other things, you have to go, well, actually, I've got to pay for my family to survive, and I've got to heat my house. I can't go spend it on therapy, you know? And that's the reality a lot of people have got. Sassy, had the unfortunate thing of being cycled through 5 different antidepressants in less than a year, which included one that made me like a zombie. And yeah, and I think there was a pandemic, not a pandemic, but I think there was an issue a few years back, where I think because it's still not understood even now, it's better, but not still now. Where I think there was a bit in the UK, especially, where it was like, oh, we'll just throw out depression tablets. basically, to people. Oh, you're depressed? Here's some tablets. While actually realizing that every medication is different, you know? There's so much different types of medication out there that it's different for everyone. I've never been on medication myself. I've been with people on that depression, and the amount of medication that there is incredible. The amount of depression tablets, or just depression tablets, or just medication for depression, and everything slightly different. Big doses, small doses, different types of stuff, different side effects. And when you don't have a professional who understands that, either because they work too hard, or the lack of funding, or just because they don't care, which happens sometimes, unfortunately. Not everyone loves their job, whatever job they do. No worries, Jamie. Please take care. Take care, my friend. Appreciate you being here. My lack of thought is terrible. I don't have ADHD. What are you talking about, and because of that, people go, well, this isn't helping me. So you will step back from that help, not realizing actually there's different types of help. Again, circumstances are a big factor in that, unfortunately. Besides, I'm off out to work and head home. Not sure if you'll be streaming when I make it. I probably won't. Probably about like an hour max. So thank you, and all love and hugs to whoever wants to use it. Thank you, Bite Size. Appreciate you all very, very much. Yeah, it's a command. Of course, and hug and high five is a one, and also cuddle as well. It's kind of cool though when they team up and cooperate things, like almost like a superpower, but completely burn you out. Yeah, it's not a great superpower, but it's still cool. But I do like it when I feel supercharged. These days are few and far between though, but it's so easy to overdo it on these days. Obviously, yeah. And yeah, like for Audrey, you can't take medication, so that's something you have to try to think of some other things to help you, you know? Vampire, I was incredibly lucky when I was under my mental health team, and one of the specialists there was just an actual superhuman and generally kept me on this planet. Well, a statement. Sometimes it's 1 day at a time, sometimes it's 1 hour at a time, and sometimes it's 1 minute at a time. And that's a very good point. And that will pivot ever so slightly to what I want to say as well. As fact is we always measure things by the grand scheme of things. So we won't see us waking up at a reasonable time and showering as a goal or as a task. When they are, you know, you just waking up and you know what, washing or showering or just doing your teeth, that could be that one thing you do for that day. In the grand scheme of things, yeah, it might seem quite minuscule, but that might be the biggest thing you could do that day. And you could have food in your mouth because you haven't brushed your teeth for a while. Sorry, I just got something in my mouth. And again, it goes back to a bit where we trivialize it. We compare things to other people. It's like, oh, well, this thing is bigger. You know, this is nothing. No, actually, you washing up that plate that you have in your desk for like 4 weeks, that is a big deal. That's a big deal. And that might be anything you do that day. But that is your win for that day. And so what Vampira said, you know, 1 day, 1 minute, 1 hour at a time. It took 6 hours, but you did it, Galen. You did it. And it's about celebrating those wins and being kinder to us. I was going, you know what? I did something. It took me long hours, but I did it, or at least attempted it. And I feel like we always trivialize it. We're like, well, it's not good enough. I need to be doing all the stuff. I have to go do shopping. I have to go make videos. I have to make content. I have to stream. I have to do all this stuff. I'm speaking about myself right now, you know? So I don't mean to zoom in that quickly. Sorry. You know, we're actually sometimes just waking up, put on some clean underwear, washing your hair. Hi, Goth, welcome in. That's still a big win. And I think when we get away from that, where we have to compare it with everyone else and compare it to ourselves, how it makes us feel, then we can get better, I think. Audrey, my ADHD doc is discussing. Thank you, Audrey. He's discussing my case with my Oh yeah, no Sander. That's right. The neurological and entire medical team at my psychiatrist's office, and it's the big team. And they're trying to find meds I can take off-label or meds that can at least help with symptoms, but they need to make sure those are epileptic safe too. I'm very lucky that. That's awesome. I'm glad. And that's the thing. That's the help you can get. Then when you got medical staff behind you who are wanting to help you get you that help, That's great. You've got people who are willing to help you. Unfortunately, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of us spoken about it already, we deal with medical staff who are either ignorant, lack of funding, lack of understanding, or just don't give a damn and just go, well, this is it. Oh, well, you'll be fine, you know? Or Jim, my guess is that they're doing it partly because I'm very interested in case. I mean, maybe it could be that, or it could be that, but also I would think that they wouldn't want to help people that can't get their help at the moment, you know? So I was told by psychologists that they were going to no longer give me antidepressants as none of them seemed to be working. And instead, I should do things that improve my mood. You should do things to improve your mood. Wow. If it was that easy, chat, there we go. You know what? Disregard everything I just said. Just improve your mood. Just do things that improve your mood. Smile more. Sorry, I'm clearly being sarcastic here, if you couldn't tell. That's horrible, but that's the thing. That's the mentality a lot of people have. Is like, just, it goes back to, just think about it. Don't think about it. Just smile more. Just focus on nice things. I love streaming. I'm still depressed. I still got all these stuff going on. I still do the things I love, you know? Doesn't make the other thing go away. One of my best people I've ever had in my corner sat with me for an hour. It took me to eat a digestive biscuit when I was fighting food issues. Vampire, I've been there. I was with someone with eating disorder, and it's tough. It's really, really tough. So I very much emphasize there, because I saw it there, and yeah, it was stuff. I'm glad you have someone supporting your corner, because not everyone has that. Yeah, have you tried not being sad? Have you just tried not being sad? Mental health solved. Don't be sad. Yep. Change title. I was once told to be happy from drag in relation to fixing my scoliosis and back pain. You were drag. I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry. You were told to be happy in relation to your scoliosis and back pain, and walk 15 minutes a day and be happy. I have no words. I'm so sorry you had to go through that drug. Sassy, younger me had no idea it was definitely not good. That's the thing you don't know. You don't know, because you would hope a medical professional or a senior person would know better. You know, you would think, oh, they're telling you this. They must know what they're talking about, so maybe they are right. Well, actually, no, not always, because again, lack of funding, lack of care, lack of ignorance, whatever, or ignorance and whatever, you know? I got told not to think about my leg paralysis. You got told to not think about your leg paralysis. Oh yeah, just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Orgy, a doctor once told me my hypermobility and chronic pain were because your woman, your body was made to birth babies. I'm sorry. So yeah, so that's the thing that is an issue, is you got a medical services that is not fit for service. A lot of places, some people are great, and a lot of people in the medical profession, because I know some people actually work in the medical profession, want to help people, and it's not a case of lack of care, it's a lack of resources, lack of structural resources, basically. You know, I worked with 111, and it's just 111, and I wanted to help, lack of training, exactly. I genuinely wanted to help people, and I'm so glad I did that job, because I learned a lot. It was very tough, but I wanted to help people, and a lot of people who work these top jobs want to help people. Unfortunately, there are some people, for whatever reason, who are there as a power trip, potentially. Who's just, oh, I'm a doctor. I want to be a doctor and make loads of money. I'm a power trip, don't give a shit. Ignorance, have beliefs that think, oh, mental health isn't an actual illness, etc. And unfortunately, those are the people that are still in these industries who are the ones who have to try to help us, and we don't get that help. So people walk away and go, well, if that's what that's like, I don't want to have anything to do with it, you know? Drag, this was at a literal hospital, at a physical therapist I was sent to by a specialist at the hospital. like that specialist, but couldn't say there because of technical rules. That's so bad. Sucks so bad. Cardiologist, you don't have POTS. You're just fat and lazy. Stop pretending you're not like a child. Doctors are sometimes shit. Doctors are sometimes really shit, and it sucks that people have experienced that and sometimes gone, you know what? I don't need that, because there are good doctors out there, but also there's shit. Again, with any in world, good people, bad people. So honestly, there's some doctors go to deal. Oh my God, it's all because of your uterus. Basically, we'd love to see that. Yeah, Chan, just put your uterus. What are you doing? Drag. Oh, and best thing, my primary doctor backed her up when I told her about it. Going to change because she blames a lot of my physical problems on trauma. It wasn't traumatic. Okay, not trauma. People, I swear to God. Void. Okay, first batch from the air fryer is perfect, and I realized I really needed this today. Heck yeah! The source of human suffering, uteruses. Uteri? Yeah. You know what? Actually, maybe that's a good point, Audrey. Audrey, you actually got a very good point. You got a very good point. I mean, for me, I haven't nothing really bad, but I had a medical person at a school, local doctor, who saw my vision and went, yeah, you're fine. For like years, and I couldn't see shit. When you find a doctor that actually cares, do whatever you can to stick with them. They are so supposedly rare. Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yeah. And that's a sad thing. Anyway, I realized the time. We're still going to talk for a little bit longer and stuff. Again, if you want to donate, please do. So yeah, so let's go back. Let's pivot back slightly to the noun stuff. For me, what helps me, and I still struggle. I'm still very well moved now. I still struggle. There's good days, bad days, a lot of bad days, sometimes good days. What I try to do is just try to be kind to myself. I think that helps me, just being honest with myself as well and go, you know what? Yes, I'm annoyed with, I'm annoyed with myself that I may not have got that video done. I use the video because I did edit 2 videos in a day and I wish I did it sooner, but it's fine. But it's okay. It's okay that I may have had a off day. It's okay that I didn't feel great, because we're allowed to have these days. You know, if we don't allow our days to be bad, then we can't enjoy the good days, you know? And it's, again, as corny as it might sound or whatever, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to go, you know what? I'm actually not doing all right today, or this week, or this month, or this year. Last year was a fucking dumpster fire. I had some great things happen. I had some awesome things happen last year. Some of the best things that's happened, you know? But I also had some really bad stuff, and I went through a hell of a lot last year, you know? But I tried to allow myself to feel shit when the days I felt like shit, you know? Hey, Rainey, welcome back, Rainey, welcome back. You got back from helping my mum out with her group? Welcome back, Rainey. Well, welcome in. Welcome back from your mum. Hope it all went well. Goff, I drive 45 minutes to see a doctor because she actually wants to help and does what she can. Won't hesitate to order tests and admit when something is outside her scope of knowledge and refer to me in order. Love that. I love that. Hawkeye, I live and I'm here. Hawkeye, good to see you. Welcome in, Hawkeye. Welcome in. But yeah, a doctor knowing that they don't know, understand it, and going, you know what? I don't understand this. It's above my remit. Let's find out someone who does. Perfect. We love that. But yeah, I think it's just, the world is literally on fire. The world is a dumpster fire. We've got social media to the wazoo, who is literally just horror everywhere. I took a 5-month break off Twitter because it was that bad for my mental health. I'm back on it. I'm restricting myself through like just desktop. Still helps me out a huge amount, although I still see stuff and I still reply to it, but it's fine. I like to speak out about these things, but also it can take a toll on your mental health. But it's just been kind of to us. I was going, you know what? If we wake up next day and we give, for whatever reason, it can be nothing, no reason why you feel like shit, but you just do. Allow yourself to feel like shit. Allow yourself to feel down. I'm not saying force it, obviously, but just be kind to yourself to go, you know what? That's fine. You know what? Instead of me making myself feel worse about it, I'm going to try to do something that I'm going to watch an anime. I'm going to veg out. I'm going to stay in bed all day, whatever, you know, all along, you know, again, I know I'm talking in a space of privilege where I'm able to do those stuff, where some people, you physically can't, you have to get up, you have to go to work, you have to go to school. I get that, but it's just trying to be kind to ourselves that we aren't always going to be okay. We're really not always going to be okay. And I don't like the whole the toxic positivity where it's like, oh no, you'll be fine. Oh, don't, you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine. Or the whole, old classic, where someone breaks up, there's plenty more fish in the sea. Oh, you'll be fine. You don't know that. I know you mean well. Or maybe you don't. I don't know. But I hope you mean well. But use that on myself. I know. Does it help? Does it help people? Honestly, does it help? I'm not. Again, what I'm saying is not gospel. It's not written. This is from my own experience. This is for me. It may not be for everyone. Hi, Texas. Welcome in. You often tell me your snitch is okay, not okay. Texas, we heckin' love that. Fuck yeah. Good for you. I love that. Hawkeye, I have a migraine that would not quit today and had to leave. Oh shit, I hope you're feeling better today. Make sure you're looking after yourself, please. Goff, I've been having a really rough time with mental health lately, but I'm taking things day by day, hour by hour, doing what I can. And some days, if all I can do is get out of bed, I still try to count that as a win because at least I did something. And that is I personally, I'm not saying it's for everyone, that is what works for me. It's taking those wins where you can. Getting dressed, washing yourself, having a haircut, having a shave, whatever, making something, going for a walk, playing a video game that you want to play for a while, read a book, watch a movie, whatever, brushing your teeth, putting a wash on, washing a plate, moving the plate from your room to the kitchen. Some of those things may seem very trivial, may seem very minuscule compared to other things, but that might be your win for that day. Enjoy that win. Enjoy going, you know what? I did something. Don't start comparing, well, actually, that's just me moving the fucking plate to the kitchen. Whatever. You still did it. So when you go, hey, I got up, that's a win in itself. And if that's all you can do that day, take that win. You go, you know what? I feel like fucking shit today, but you know what? I got up and I'm going to take that win, And that's it. I think we just need to be kind to ourselves and just allow ourselves to feel down when we want to feel down. For me, especially, I used to be told back in the day when I was younger, you can't feel sad. You can't feel like this, buck up, stop crying, stop feeling, or not feeling emotion. No one said that, but they implied it. Don't feel like this, stop lazing about, do something. Get off your ass and do something. Stop being lazy, stop playing video games and stuff, And so it was ingrained in me that I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do or have these wins. So it was like, well, all right, I have to be always productive to feel like I'm bringing something to society. It's all about fucking society, isn't it? Back to the government again. Rainy, allowing yourself to do what you need is an amazing idea. However much you can achieve and that whatever you need to do. Mental health has honestly been suffering a lot lately thanks to that whole eye thing. Absolutely valid. There's a bit of medical trauma that it caused, and even though whole decorating is exhausting, and as an autistic person, I'm not built for change, so I haven't been sleeping. So being kind of patient with myself has been important lately, and I think we just need to be kind to ourselves. The world is a horrible place, unfortunately. There are great things about it. Like, I would personally think this community is a pretty cool thing. I quite like it. Having a space to talk about this stuff, that's pretty cool. I like that very much. I feel safe to be speaking about this and just waffle on. Hey, I'm waffling, chat. And it's just giving ourselves that little bit of respite and go, you know what? You're doing well. Like, stepping out and going, you know what? No, I've done well today. Yeah, this shit is affecting me. Yeah, I feel crap about that. But you know what? This thing I've done, this decorating, fuck yeah, I'm going to enjoy this win. And again, it doesn't have to be big or small. It can be just as long as it's important to you, Galen, to me, the best song during depression is The Next Right Thing. That's a good song choice. Yeah, comparing yourself to others or even comparing your current, not that well feeling yourself to yourself at your best and most engaged will just make you feel bad. Yeah. And then you know what happens when you make yourself feel worse? You do less stuff or do no stuff. And then you know what? Because you're not doing anything, you feel even worse. And it's just a spiral. It doesn't help, I need to train my brain to see that, acknowledge those little ones. I think I will say, because everyone's different ages, again, we all joke, we're all 21 here, but I know, whatever, we're all 21 here, we all joke, blah, blah, blah. But I do feel like it's harder for people who've had certain ideals or ideas ingrained in them for a lot longer years than maybe other people, which I explained on streams in the past, where I feel like us now is doing all the legwork and the hard grit to make mental health and other things more accessible and talked about more. So for in the future generations, it just comes naturally. Where for a lot of us who may have had certain ideas ingrained in ourselves that, you're not good enough, depression is a weakness, blah, 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 ingrained for so long, that's hard to get out of that mindset. So with that, P-Mum, if anyone else is feeling like that, just acknowledging it is still a win. It's still strength, I feel like. Acknowledging that you're not okay, even if you may know how to deal with it, or you still know that you're still struggling. Because I'm not saying I'm perfect. Fuck no, I'm not perfect. Absolutely fucking not. I mean, I'm slightly perfect, but I'm not that perfect. Okay, I'm like 9 out of 10, whatever. Don't flatter me, chat. Don't flatter me. Please, chat. Stop it. Stop all your love bombing. Thank you. God, what am I like? And again, I'll do that and I'll lose my train of thought. ADHD, hardly know her. But just knowing that you feel like you want to change something is a big thing. Even not knowing how to do it, or take you a lot longer to get out of that mindset, and maybe never able to get out of that mindset. That's a possibility. Change can't always happen and stuff. But I feel knowing it and acknowledging it is probably the biggest step, I think. For me, when I found out, hey, I'm not doing okay, that was a huge thing for me. I'm lucky that I've been able to get help and support. Some of it's going to take a lot longer. I'm not salty about it. What are you talking about? I'm not spiteful. What are you talking about? But just that big step is a big step. So for you, I'm not trying to pinpoint you, P-Mum, but your message is just that, just acknowledging it, where you may not know how to change it, or take a lot longer to change the habit. Just knowing that you want to is a huge thing, and you should be proud of yourself there. Or not, I don't know, whatever. Texas, I'm a recovering people pleaser. Save it. And it's exhausting. Setting boundaries and choosing me has been a little scary, but empowering. And that's the thing as well, because a lot of times it's like, oh, you need to care for other people. You can care for other people, but guess what? You have to care about yourself first. And you know what? Selfish is not a bad thing. Being selfish is not a bad thing. People think selfish has been bad. Same with lazy. No, lazy is just looking after yourself. Selfish is not a bad thing, because being selfish is looking after you think about yourself. Because once you start thinking about yourself and looking after yourself, then you can look after people. It's amazing. Sorry, a lot of zooms in today. Sorry. It's amazing. The fact is that if you look after yourself and focus on yourself, then inadvertently you help other people. Or not. You can do what you fucking want. I don't care. Hawkeye. Sometimes I use the might as well principle. I'm going to the kitchen, so I might as well take these dishes to the sink. I like that. I'm waiting for the toaster to finish, so I might as well put the clean dishes away while I wait. It doesn't always work, but sometimes I'm just in that house a bit. I'm the same. I'd be like, oh, there's no plate here, but there'll be like a plate here. I'm going to the kitchen. Might as well take the plate there. But sometimes I can't. For whatever reason, I just can't. And, yeah. Every day we're waffling. Goff, for people who struggle with little wins, I would like to suggest the app Finch. You can set goals for yourself, and it can be things like get out of bed or drink water, and you can even set your own goals if you like. I set them to be things like eat something, because that's something I struggle with. Goff, I love that. That's great. Is there a link? What's it called? Finch. Oh, a little owl. That's cute. Oh, well, there's a link to the main page. I don't know if it's available for everyone, but there's a link for it there. Got a nice little cute owl, little cute animals. I like that. So the last 3+ years have been taking a toll on my mental health. I had good and bad days and some awful days over the years, but more recently it's been hard. I try to take time for myself, and honestly being part of this community has helped make the bad days easier. And that's the thing, like, I'm not saying like things are, again, this is why I don't want to say things will get better, because I just don't. And things may generally get worse. And I'm not trying to say all doom and gloom, but just to be realistic, because we don't know what the day will bring. We don't know what the day, week, month, the year will bring. I just think it's just, again, easier said than done. It's just trying to be kind to ourselves and just admitting, like, even just for you, Sassy, just saying that, knowing that you're struggling and going, hey, recently it's been hard. That's a lot of strength right there. I'm glad this community that, because the thing is, right, what's so about this community, it helps me. It helps me, you know? And this is a community that I want to be a part of. This is a community that if I was a chat person, I would want to be a part of. I'm lucky that I'm on this side of things, you know? Because I get all the money. Why am I like this? I mean, I've never changed, can I? Also, when possible, taking time to train your inner positive coach. Sorry, I'm just laughing at myself. You know, when you say something, you laugh, and then you talk, and anyway, and then you go, Warwick, why? Anyway, we all have a mean voice in our brains. I call them brain weasels. But a positive coach is something we don't necessarily internalize. Sometimes taking the time to think, what would a positive coach tell me right now? It help be a less mean to yourself and more self. That's the thing. Like I go to a moment I've spoken about before, like retail. If you have a really bad experience of retail, you will tell 10 people. You will rant about it. If you've had a really bad experience of retail, you'll probably not rant about it, but you will tell a lot more people than compared to a good experience. And that is in life. We always focus on negatives. Because that's how our brains are wired. Generally, unfortunately, we focus. That's why the news is so powerful, because it works on that. Well, some news anyway, like tabloids, works on that. And sensation, that's not a word, but what is the word I want? There's a word. Anyway, sensualization? I don't think that's right. But anyway, there's a word similar. I saw someone put it in chat. But anyway, where it's like, oh, there's always negative. There's always negative headline because that's what draws you. You know, you don't really see good news unless it's about the Royals, but whatever. But normally it's always the bad things that happen in the world, because that's what people focus on, you know? And again, that's the same thing with us, is we will focus on the bad things. You know, you may not, on your day, you might not think you taking a plate to the kitchen, you having a shower, getting up to bed is a win, but you're like, well, actually, what about the other 12 hours? You did fuck all. You will focus on that. And your brain will like, and you'll be like, no brain, go away. And then you want to be like this. You want to be like this. If it's clear and yellow, you got... Yes, it's a Simpsons quote. It's a Simpsons meme. But you want to be like this. So this is what you want to be like Homer, right? You want to be like Homer. So when your brain's being like really mean to you, this is what you want to happen. Sorry. Sorry. Everything I think about, I just think of Simpsons. There's always something for Simpsons. Anyway, sorry. By the way, side note, I would love to go to a cider meal. I think that'd be awesome. Anyway. There's a difference between being selfish and being egocentric. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was just about to say Finch. It's a good idea. Pima, right now I'm sitting here listening to you and waiting for work calls to come in, and I decided, oh hey, there's laundry to fold and put that away. We love that. We love that, Pima. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. You can find Finch families. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. Or you'll sometimes put on a song and act as I'm only do stuff when the song is still on. Because I'm late, I'll be late, or the imaginary house owner will come home and see the mess, and the song is my subject is a bad movie, whatever brain comes up with. Yeah, brains are a wonderful thing. Also, they are mean. Rainy, the thing I need to calm down a bit is retail therapy. I can't stop. I'm not too bad with it, but I have an email pop up now saying that I have a book arriving for the book hub. And I know I must have bought it when I was in deep anxiety attack to distract and cheer myself up. I can't remember what on earth it is. That's hardly the first time it's happened this year. Oh, so like a surprise book. We love that. I mean, Rainy, valid. I retail therapy helps me so much short term, and then I'll worry about the lack of money that I've got. I'm like, well, Togan, I'm going on my first solo trip abroad in October. Oh, you're going to Australia? Australia? No, I can't afford Australia, Togan. That'd be fun. To go to PAX Aussie in Melbourne, that'd be awesome. I don't think so. I don't have the money for it. Maybe. I'm not planning it anyway. Glitch, I do that too. Set daily goals, but I use Spirit City's feature called Habits to do that. If anyone's, I know you gifted it. I need to try it still. Hawker, I'm doing laundry while watch listen because I need to wash clothes and also I need to fold what's been sitting in a clean basket for weeks. I need body doubles to get things done sometimes, and it makes it hard to maintain my own space. I'm also there with you. Sometimes I feel like I've got so much to do and I can't do anything, but I think it's more ADHD for myself. The community is the kind of community I would love to have if I was a streamer. That is it. Oh, why do I not want to say that word? Pronunciation. Sensationalism. There we go. Thank you. Sensationalism. That's it. Thank you. Voiding your luck. Audrey, our brains are wired to notice danger for which we had to run away. That is true. But unfortunately, now it's like we see the bad things. It's like, no, don't look at the danger. You're fine. The Simpsons can apply to many life situations. Really can. There's a person I follow who focuses on only positive stories. The Good News Girl. She does one positive story every day, specifically as a way to counter the massive negative in most news cycles. I like that. But there is good news out there. Just you don't really see it because it doesn't sell newspapers. It doesn't sell website clicks, unfortunately. Glitch, if it's mellow and yellow, you got juice there, fellow. If it's taking a brown, you're inside of town. Now, I know the rest of the quote. So there's it's a bit murky with blah blah blah. Chan, I would recommend serotonin scrolling after you watch news. It really does balance out to watch cute cat kittens or something and keeps your brain from spiraling full on down the drain. That's a good idea. Very good idea. It's just training our brains to do that, I think, because for me with Discord, because Discord hates me. But like training myself to go, hey, no, Warwick, the everything alerts everyone before you even finish your sentence. Wasn't it? So now I've got to train my brain to go, no, write it as a draft in another sub channel, which is my own one here. And then once it's done, then post it. It takes time to wire your brains into doing that stuff, It's important to treat yourself, but it is definitely a balance, unfortunately. People, I have an issue with retail therapy as well. My last responsible purchase was a Tunisian crochet hook. I mean, that does sound very fancy, P-Mum. That sounds very fancy. Sassy, D&D has been a good way to help me with mental health. Just being someone else for a few hours or DM in the game is really therapeutic. I agree. DM it or D&D for me, being in another world, helps me so much. Goff, I just dropped my Finch code on Discord. Oh, thank you, Goff. Thank you. Appreciate that. Audio. So the app is currently giving me login errors, but like Sanvelo, because that's medication for a specific situation. Oh, sorry, not medication. Meditation, Warwick. I want to keep saying medication. I was trying to say medication. It's like, no, meditation for specific situations. They're usually, the app bringing medication would be really odd. They're usually behind a paywall, but a number of those are also available. And every day there's one meditation. Sorry, yawning away. Midori, I have 2 therapy notebooks full of notes, tips and tricks and strategies to help with mental health, but the issue is reminding them to use them in real life. And sometimes it's something similar as that, Midori. It's just using it. And again, we are our only worst critic. We will always give advice to other people. To ourselves, a whole different story. And it's why I go back to that, being kind to yourself. That you know what, it is okay to not be okay. It's okay to not look at that book, or it's okay to not take the things that you told someone else in your own life, because that's what we do. And it's just allowing ourselves to be in that moment for however long it takes, Because I hope anyway, realizing that you're not okay will lead you to start that journey of being okay, or allowing yourself to be comfortable with not being okay and not letting it spiral you into a deep, dark depression or worse at points, retail therapy is something I also struggle with. I have so many books, but buying books is such a comfort, and I legit have stacks of haven't made it to bookstores yet. And that's the thing. Sometimes comforts are there. Unfortunately, a lot of comforts cost money. If they were free, they'd be so much easier. Like, I remember some people once spoke at school, must have been like 8th or 9th grade, where they got everyone the whole year, about 150 were there, to guess whether the things they presented had gotten better or worse. We guessed worse on all of them. They had gotten better. Things like child marriage, for example. Really? And something, yeah, I think you just automatically just go to the neck and you think, oh, it's probably worse. You know? Because I think, like, when you age, you're like, oh, it's told you, oh, you age, you get worse. In things, you know, everything you buy, it gets worse. You buy a PC, with age, it gets worse, you know? I'm not trying to go put age, but it's just like, you know, we always think, oh, you know, bad things where we don't actually think, oh, actually, no, it's good, you know? Similar to what Chan was saying, Essie suggested a mindfulness activity of the week. Write down 10. Is that Essie now? I can never say her full name. Is that our wonderful little streamer? Is that our wonderful little streamer? Or is it someone else? I never know how to spell her name. I always call it Essie. How do you spell Essie's name? That's the one. Anyway, I don't know if you're talking about Essie, this one, but we're going to shout them out anyway. Because they're awesome. And it sounds like something they would do. Is it that one? I don't know. I can never... I always call it Essie because it's easier for me. What's that? What's that? What's that? Write 10 things about like about yourself and read them aloud to yourself. I started writing the 10 things in the morning when I sit down to my computer and read them off at the end of the day after being exhausted for the day. Things, doing stuff like that. I was right. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, we love Essie. Essie's awesome. Yeah, things doing like that can be very alien because, like, especially for me, it's like, oh, being kind to myself, saying I've got this. Weird. Ew. You know, but actually it does help. You know, after a stream, I go, you know what? I had a good stream. And I say it out loud. I'm like, it helped me out. But yeah, so back to pivot. Just, I'm probably. By the way, OG, I know you said about Discord call. I'm probably going to go no for now because I realised the time, and I feel like I won't have enough time to have a proper conversation on Discord with anyone who wanted to join Discord. By the way, so I'm probably going to go. Yeah, sorry, OG. Hey, funny enough, apparently I can talk for quite a while. But maybe we'll do this again at some point in the future. But just going back to like Samaritans and why we're doing this today. Samaritans is like a UK Ireland-based charity that does deal with people who are dealing with struggles in their life, mental health, depression, anxiety, thoughts of suicide and stuff. And it's a 24-hour helpline, online and on the phone. I think it's free phone, I believe, maybe mobile. I think it's mobile as well, but online as well, where you can just reach out to someone at any time of day and just talk to someone and just get that help. You know, I've not dealt with them personally in my struggles, but I've had 2 friends who've been part of the community who have had support from them, and if it wasn't for Samaritans, they probably would be here today. So services like Samaritans, like other services that are available out there, which is also here. Oh, did I not save it? Maybe I didn't spell it right. Did I not save it? I didn't save it. I didn't save it. Did I not save it? I may not have saved it. I think I wrote the message. Hang on, we're checking Mix It Up. Hang on. To be fair, all the other ones, there are other ones that do the same thing, so it's not that bad. No, I didn't turn it on. Try it now. I didn't turn it on. Warwick does not turn it on. There we go. There you go. Play ba-dum-dum sounder. There we go. Warwick. Life has ups and downs like a heartbeat. If you don't have ups and downs, you're flatlining and really should get that checked out. I like that. That's good. That's good. Vampire. The eating disorder took 5 years off my life where it was fully in control. Now I have strategies and methods to help, but some days they do not work. And actually that is okay, because not one is 100% in control of everything. And that is, I'm so happy to hear you say that. Not you dealing with that, Vampira. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. Again, I've been in situations where people dealt with that. It's a horrible, horrible disorder. It really, really is. But just knowing that it's okay, that some days it won't be okay. Yes, ideally, we would wish that we weren't broken. We wish we weren't, we didn't have these things. We wish we were able to do all the other things. Unfortunately, these things stop us doing, you know? I'm sure we all like that. But we can't change certain things, unfortunately, and it's how we deal with it. And it's just, hi, Ems, welcome, Ems. How's your stream? But just being okay, that is not okay. That's it. That's basically like the motto. Why Twitch ads now, really? Sorry if anyone's got an ad, do apologize. But just, yeah, it's just, that's it. That's the message. If there's nothing else I say today, which I probably will be more stuff I say, it's just being okay with not being okay. It's allowing ourselves a bit of respite, a bit of leeway that we go, you know what? This isn't my day today, or my week, or even my year. Sorry, I got the friend's theme stuck in my head. But that's okay. Obviously, we wish it was better, but knowing, being kinder to yourselves with that is a huge step. And going, you know what? I'll take this as a day off. Granted, I know a lot of things I say is circumstances are very dependent. It's very dependent on circumstances. Obviously, I know that. So I know a lot of stuff I say is generalized. And again, I'm very aware of my privilege in the sense that I'm allowed to have a space that I feel comfortable in. I'm allowed to be flexible with my work, with my life, to be able to seek help and be comfortable with this. But just know that if you're not doing well one day, you're still doing all right. You know, you're still doing okay, because you know in yourself that the things inside you, you know, you're not, I would hope not anyway. You're knowing that you may not have it this day, but you had it another day. So who's to say you won't have it again the following day or the future, you know? And also there's help out there. There's help out there. You can speak to people, you know? Talking about things helps a lot. Open up to people helps a lot. Professional or otherwise. Checking out services helps a lot. You know, there's a lot of services out there who need funding and stuff, you know? Yeah. So why I don't have all the answers, I will never have all the answers. All I know is I speak from my experience and what I've dealt with. I have good days. I have really bad days. Some days really bad days, you know? But I know that's okay. I know that's all right. It's not ideal. Granted, I will be honest, it's not ideal. I would like to get stuff done. Thank you very much, brain. But it's okay. It's okay. Fox, hi Fox. Thank you for the hydrate. But it's okay to sometimes not be your best. Because I still think you're pretty cool. You know? So if nothing else, I still think you're cool. There you go. Life has ups and downs like a heartbeat. Oh yeah, I read it already. Oh, chat. Oh, also my friend from way back when shared a very simple trick as well. Every morning you go to the bathroom, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you to yourself. It's a small thing. It's boosts your brain. It might keep the mirror demons away. Again, it can be really hard for a lot of people, especially for me. I used to be like, I can't do that. That's cringe. Ear. It does help. Again, not everything helps for everyone. Everyone has their own ways of doing things, but even just saying to yourself, you've got this, can honestly do a world of good. Okay, in the US, there's a new short number for the suicide helpline, 988. That's awesome. So if you're US based and feel like you're in a bad place or need help, you don't have to go looking for a long number in order to get the first bit of the help you need. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Hawkeye. That's great to hear. And also, you can also donate a little quid to the charity as well. Hi, Ems. How's your stream, my love? Hey, hard is free right now. We're going to end shortly because I've been talking a lot. You do need to rest. Also, the event channel also is there. Yeah, event channel is there. Again, we're not professionals. If you need general help, please seek it. Please seek the help, you know, but it is there. Sometimes you might want to have an event. Damn it, I didn't get my coffee right. You can have an event, and it does help. Just having a place, literally, it's literally just writing something on a note, throwing it into the wind, and then go, you know what, I'm good now. So I see there's something I'm still learning. I need to be okay with not being okay. And it will take time. And there will be days when some days you will not be okay about not being okay. And you get a fucking thesaurus. There will be days. It's not like I've got it. And every day I'm fine now. I do need to check my. Thank you, hon. I do need to check my posture. Terrible. But it's just allowing yourself to be vulnerable. It's allowing yourself to be okay. No, sorry. Rewind. Press play. Sorry. Get the little pen out with the tape player. God, I'd make myself feel like a billion years old. God. Oh my God. What a it's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, brain. It's fine. There will be sometimes where you just won't be okay about not being okay. You will be frustrated with yourself. But I will say that's okay. It's okay. Your feelings are valid. Yeah, your feelings are valid. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Whatever you're feeling, that's valid. All right? Granted, if you're feeling really bad, please go get some support. Please seek help. Even reach out to people, you know? But your feelings are valid. What you're feeling is valid, you know? And celebrate those wins if you can. Celebrate those. You're waking up, even if it's just that. That's a win. Thanks for being alive, you know? Ems, meh, has some struggles and just need a hug. I think I just tired as well, which makes me prone to feel down, but I will be okay with sleep. Ems, all the love to you, all the love. I feel that very much. Not today. I feel pretty good today, actually. That wasn't a boast, by the way. God, what am I like? What I meant to say, what I was trying to say is I've very much been there and places, so I do hope you feel better, Ems. Audrey, I have a plate above my door saying we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. Oh, I like that. Oh, nice cute plate. Love that. Ems, sorry, you also hope things get better and I kick their asses for you if they don't get better. Yeah, kick all the asses. One thing I add as well is okay to not know if you're okay. Also true. Also, thank you, Drake. That's thank you. Yeah, it is okay to not know if you're okay. It is okay to question things. Granted, you know, I'm not trying to pivot too far from like identity or gender or sex, stuff like that. But it is okay to sometimes not know if you're okay or not. You know, you might think, am I okay or am I not okay? You know, we don't know the answer. We sometimes never know the answers. But I think with that point, Drag, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but for that point, I think it goes back to just your feelings are valid. Even if you don't know what you're feeling, they're still valid because they're you know? And for me, at least anyway, it just goes back to the point, just being kind to yourselves. It's just kind of knowing that first, it's okay not to be okay. It's also okay to not be okay about not being okay. And thirdly, it's also okay to not know if you're okay or not. Because they're all your feelings and they're valid. And I think a lot of it boils down, for me especially, is just knowing what I feel is valid. Because I would gaslight myself. Now I have chat to gaslight me. But I would gaslight myself saying I'm either okay or my feelings aren't valid because of this, that, or the other. When now I'm like, no, what I'm feeling is valid. I may not understand what I'm feeling or maybe annoyed why I'm feeling like this, but they're still valid. And I think that helps me a lot, you know, because we are all valid in whatever ways we think. It's still valid because it's you. You are only you. No one else is like you. No one else is like you. Like, Warwick, am I missing a word in there? No one else is like you. Sorry, I think I kept saying that it is very quiet. No one else is like you. No, not. I can't hear like, did I just say no one likes you? No one likes you. Don't clip that. No one is like you. You're your own person. And so you are valid. You are valid in your existence. You are valid in your mind. You might feel broken. You might feel you don't understand things. You might feel really frustrated with the fucking world and you go, why have I got this? but that's still valid. Those feelings are still valid. Doesn't make it any less valid, even if you don't know, you know. And I think for me, at least anyway, knowing that what I feel is valid and just there helps me deal with it in a better way than maybe otherwise. The mirror demons are bloody tricksters. They really are. Time machine, no. Drag. I have considered asking an English speaker friend if I can just rant to them in Norwegian. They won't understand, but that doesn't matter. I like that. I like that. Yeah. When I need to just shout in the void, and yeah, sometimes all you need is just a place to just shout in the void. It does a world of good. It really, really does. Audrey, when I have a lot of emotions or one big emotion, I don't notice until people point it out to me. This is a part of my autism, but to understand it, I need to write. I don't. My brain gets distracted because of ADHD. Isn't brain wonderful? And then I don't. Get to finish my thought process and my feelings. Yeah, I mean, you see it in real time. I get distracted and go, "What's I talking about?" You know. Is that what it's called? Anaphylexia. Oh yeah, inability to recognize or describe one's own emotions. Yeah, I mean, if you fully can't. Yeah, but I think some days you might just not understand. You're like, you might not understand. Go, okay, I don't feel well, but I'm not sure what's going on, if I'm okay or not. You know, exactly. You're not meant to have all the answers. You're not Wikipedia. Exactly. But it's just, I think it's just allowing yourself to go, hey, you know what? You're valid. You know, whatever you're feeling, you're valid. If you don't know the answers, you don't know the answers, and that's okay. Not everyone has the answers, because if we all had the answers, I mean, we wouldn't need any help from mental health, would we? You know? Someone thinks you're beautiful because they've seen you get excited over seeing a cute video or that thing you love doing. What you see in the mirrors is not of those moments of joy and delight. What you see is often you're most exhausted or barely awake or just in the middle of the day when you're busy and feeling. So it's easy to focus on what you see as your flaws and not what makes you beautiful, which is the you that inhabits your body. Hawkeye. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Bravely braining. Yeah. So all I will say to anyone is just, I appreciate you. If no one else does, I appreciate you. I think you're valid, and I just hope that you are kinder to yourselves when you're feeling down. Even if you don't know what's going on, if you do know what's going on, you can't get help, or you're not wanting to get help. Also, hey, guess what? Not wanting to get help, that's valid. I would rather you get help if you can, but that's also valid. And I think it's about just being kind to yourselves and going, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going on in my world. I don't know, but you know what? That's okay. I don't need to know sometimes. And you know what? If I want to have that second fucking donut, I'm going to have that second fucking donut and enjoy it, you know? And just know that there are people that care for you, you know? And there's services out there that can help if you really need the help, you know? I've been DM'd. Oh, P-Mom, you don't have to say that to me. No. Don't worry, that no was nothing to do with what P-Mom said. I'm just being a dick. Audrey, appreciate everyone in this community. Oh, I've been DM'd again. Yes, no! Appreciate everyone in the community so much. The active chatters, the ones in wild chatters, the lurkers, even the streamer. Even the streamer. Oh, thanks, Audrey, thanks. Yes, god damn it. Oh no, you moved out the chat. Oh shit. Hide everyone. Anyway, but no, just... Yeah, that's it really. I think that's it. Hard to put into words, but I just got away from emotions. Mostly gratitude, I think, about the community and the discussions today. I appreciate everyone sharing your experiences and thoughts. And it's a good feeling when you notice you're not alone in your struggles. And that's no one wants to hide. And that's why I wanted to do this today. And this is why I talk about these things quite openly throughout our streams and stuff. Is if nothing else, yes, money helps support Samaritans. You can donate, please do. We'll keep the donation link for the rest of this week. So if you want to help out, please do. But it's not just about the money. It's about awareness. It's about talking about it. It's going, hey, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say, hey, you know what? I'm broken. I don't have a lot of good things happening. This is not good. Life isn't great. Because a lot of people can't talk about it for whatever reason. There's many reasons why, but a lot of people feel like they can't talk about it because other people are dealing with more shit or other things are going on or whatever. And I'm just here to tell you, no, no. I would play the sounder if I had it on. You are valid. You are valid in how you think. You are valid to talk about these things and go, I'm not okay. You are valid to open up about these things. Because hey, guess what? When you open up about things, they help. You go, oh shit, there's so many people. Unfortunately, because you don't want everyone to be feeling the same thing, but there are other people who are dealing with the same thing or very similar things. If some of you here have spoken about things that I've gone through very similar situations myself. So opening up and going, oh shit, there are other people like me out there. It can, yeah, granted you feel like, oh, I wish no one else goes through the same pain I'm going through. But overall, you feel like, oh shit, I'm glad that there are other people who understand as well, who don't feel alone, Sassy, I appreciate everyone too. You're all beautiful and unique, and I'm lucky to found all this community. Ah, you think I'm beautiful? Thanks, Sassy. Appreciate it. Oh, everyone. Oh, the community. Oh, okay. Oh, I guess. All right. I just fell asleep for a second, so that was a sign to go to sleep. We are going to end very shortly, Drag. We are going to end very shortly, so don't not worry, because I think a lot of people are dipping off at the moment, so you're all good. God, why am I like this? I know why I'm like this, because this is me, and I'm happy for me. So I think that's it, really. I think it's just making it okay to talk about this sort of stuff. And if more people talk about it, more people are open about it, it hopefully means that more people, I saw the word donuts, sorry, open up. And then hopefully we get to a point where we don't have all these high suicide rates, where people are not talking and taking situations where if they spoke, it might be a bit different. Again, I don't know people's situations. People do what they want. I can't judge people, whatever. But knowing that you are allowed to speak about what you want. I know, right, Sassy? I want donuts as well. I've got some donuts from M&S. M&S. Apparently, I don't judge me, right? They do nice donuts. Anyway, God, I sound so posh. What am I like? Anyway, I'm trying to wrap up. Just, I think a lot of things can be not solved. Not a lot of things can ever be solved, but I think a lot of things can help just by talking about it. Being open to go, hey, let's discuss these things. Maybe not everyone wants to listen to it, granted. But this is why I wanted to have this space. Because I've always had this space to talk about these things, but I wanted to have this stream to talk about mental health and just be honest about it. I don't think I speak this long about my own self, but I am that vain, so But just saying to people, hey, there is a space that you can talk about things. Granted, we obviously have other days where we may not be as open about things because, of course, different environment, different world and stuff. And there might be other places where, things are different. But having spaces like this, showing it's okay to talk about these things and that you're valid, will hopefully help others open up. And then more people open up, and people will not open up, or just be aware of themselves and go, hey, you know what, actually, maybe I don't know, but I'm aware of it, rather than just shutting it off. Because when you shut it off, when you shove all that crap into a cupboard door and shut the door, you forget about it. You go, oh, great. But all that time, that stuff in there is pushing on that door until it gets to a point where it breaks open and it's too late, So it is valid to eat those posh donuts. They are really, I will say, they do bake them in the store. Because I used to work at Asda, and I will tell you a fact. I don't know now, because this was many years ago, but in Asda and some big supermarkets, a lot of it is frozen and then shipped to the stores and defrosted overnight, and then they pump the jam in out of the store. But I know in the M&S store near me, they actually have a bakery. So I'm like, thank you. Oh, okay, you always got your laundry folding stuff going in the washer while washing to progress. Fuck yeah. I fucking love chocolate donuts so much. Oh, Sainsbury's just do a double chocolate bomb. It was like a chocolate donut, like a filled donut, all chocolate, and then chocolate sauce in it, and chocolate powder on top. It was so good. I got rid of it because of health. That was literally that was my dinner when I worked there. God. There was a thing that I wanted to mention earlier and it just popped back in my head. What really helped me to deal with my parents' role in my mental health journey was a poem by Philip Larkin. That be the verse. This be the verse. Oh, check it out. Oh, M&S. They're posh. Marks and Spencer's. If you're in the USA, it's basically a posh supermarket alongside lines of Trader Joe's. Thank you, Rainy. Yeah, there we go. No worries, Glitch. You're very welcome. Thanks for the hugs. Appreciate it. Pump up the jack. Grumpy. I'm actually about to have my video chat therapy. So no worries, Paige. We'll end. I think I said my bit. I think I said my bit. Sassy, I think this has helped me, and also I needed this. Thank you. Acknowledging I'm not alone makes the beginning steps of dealing with mental health a little easier. Absolutely. And this is why I want to do these things. This is why I stream, because I want a place for people to feel less alone in the world and know they're not alone. Because the community has helped me so much that I realize I'm not alone in my grief, in how I'm dealing with things, and realizing people we're actually quite similar in certain ways and very different, you know. But Buffy, thanks for initiating this conversation, Warwick. Appreciate all the fellow wars. Thank you, Buffy, for being here, and everyone else for being here. If you have missed any of it, there is going to be the VOD straight up on my YouTube. In fact, it's streaming on YouTube right now, so you can watch the VOD on there, or watch the VOD channel. Will be updated after the stream, and on Twitch as well if you want to watch on Twitch. Thank you for donating. Appreciate it. Again, it's not all about the money. I don't want to have any incentives or goals just because I wanted to have these conversations. I don't want to be distracted by cosplays and stuff. But again, it's not about just the money. Money helps because charities, they need this money to keep surviving. I will say, let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look at the overall goal. But it's not just me raising money. It's everyone. Everyone. Sorry, I was trying to... Wait! We're 95 quid. Who donated money? Why is nothing updating? Why did nothing update? Why we're 95 now? What? When we were 95? No, it's like, what's this? Who donated? I am so bad at this. Audrey, thank you. That was like 40 minutes ago. To whoever reads this, you are valid, you are deserving, you are amazing. Say kind of hydrated, lovely person. Audrey, thank you so much for the £20 donation. Appreciate it. Thank you. Apparently, I can't make out alerts working, but hey. You know what? Actually, that is the final word I'm going to say. If look at me. There we go. Fuck's sake. Why is things breaking? Anyway, well, no, fine, that's amazing. But if we look at overall, so funny. I thought I fixed it. Apparently not. Anyway, currently, overall, because it's been for this week so far, we at the overall for me now is at 2,342 quid, which helps out a lot. And there's me. There's me doing my pose. But yeah, there's me. Am I still on the website, by the way? Am I still on the website? Let's go. Am I still on the website? How do I get to the website? Smartest, we go. Am I still there? Streaming. How do I use this? How can you help? Support us. Fundraising? Hey, it's me! Look, it's me! I need to update that, though. Look, it's me! God, I look older in that picture. Do I look older? Do I look older in that picture? God, look at that hair! Hang on, I need to move my camera. God, where's my camera? There we go. Right, hang on. I've got more colour on me. Although, to be fair, that's daylight, and this is artificial light, but you know. Anyway, but yeah, I'm on the Samaritans website. Actually, no, this is, you know what? I evolved. So I was Warwick 0 and I'm Warwick. Anyway, it's fine. Actually, I was checking that because I think, do I get a pin badge or something? Hang on. Back. We are going to wrap up soon, chat. Don't worry. We are going to wrap up soon because I need to. Oh. Wait, is that more money? Did that move? Wait, did that move? Why is nothing working? No, there's no sound. Oh, you saw the message. Oh, you saw the message. Okay, did I just miss the message? Thank you, Audrey. Very sweet. The bot moved, but why is it? Where's the bot message? Where's the bot message? Give me the bot message. It moved. 125 quid. Let's fucking go. Who did that? Why is nothing updating? Oh my God, things are broken. Rainy, thank you so heckin' much. You absolute superstar. Wait, what? That's it. Wait, hang on, wait. What? Wait, it's not updated. That doesn't make any sense. Wait, what? 30, 20, 10. That's 50. 60. 10. Oh, no. That makes sense. I'm going to leave before I start trying to do any more maths. But chat, thank you. Oh my God, why is things not working? It's fine. I look like such a different person. I feel better. I feel better myself. It's the power of the beard, isn't it? It's going to be adding it to the law. So the message, but there's no command. Oh, it's fine. Only sneaky donations today. Yeah, apparently so, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Things are broken just like us. Yeah, I'm getting a bit sad. I'm probably tired as well. Anyway, chat, I'm keeping on that bar. Wafflewick is still working at keeping me away from eating dust. They really are. But one day you'll eat it and you'll break Wafflewick. Stop trying to eat my dust. Anyway, chat, thank you so much for the donations. Again, like, this wasn't about just the money. It's just about awareness and just knowing there are spaces that you are free and valid to talk about how you're feeling. And if people tell you not, your feelings are wrong or you shouldn't talk about them, I'm telling you, no, they're right. Your feelings are valid. You might not know what you want or you feel like, but that is still valid. So, and if nothing else, I appreciate you. Boom. I think that's it. Is that it?